And intro. Well,
What's up, Canada?
What's going on, guys? Holy shit!
Damn, wait.
I finished that brawl just in time.
It's
It
a
was like,
Scott.
Hey,
it's Scott. Welcome, Scott.
What's up, Scotty?
And we also have CJ on the panel here for the first time. That's my son up there.
what's
Not
up?
showing his face, but that's cool. And Jason, I'll remember Jason.
We're gonna
How's everyone doing?
We're going to get schooled by the youngster today.
Well, he's gonna give us a take on, I don't know, his shit, what he's doing with the kids these days. You know how it works.
Yeah, the cool stuff. Not the,
Yeah,
not
so-
the stuff that the old men watch, you know?
Yeah, no, us old guys, because that's what he calls us, old guys, right?
No.
Hey,
Anybody over 30 is an old guy, apparently.
damn,
Anyways,
that puts me in the before dirt category. Damn.
right? Eight
What are you up
legs,
to,
four
Scott? It
wheels.
feels like it's been a
Welcome.
while.
It has been a
Evening
while.
from England. How are you, buddy?
I'm on fire, man. There's a heat wave here in the UK at the moment, and we're not built for it. So we don't have air conditioning or nothing like that. So it's just
Right.
yeah. I've got
Raves
a
was
sweat on,
telling me
man.
that you guys don't have air conditioners. Like that's
Yeah, no, we
like
don't.
insane to me. That's
No,
like,
we-
Yeah.
I mean, we
Shit.
need them realistically for maybe a week or two a year. So it's something that just doesn't come as standard in houses over here, you know.
yeah, it doesn't make sense to have them kind of
Then
deal.
we all wish we had one for a 2-week period. We're like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's worth the money, man.
No shit.
Break it
I
out of the
die
closet.
without it.
Blow the dust off of it.
Yeah, it's been rough, man. It really has. And then I'm up in my little hobby room at the moment, man. So I'm upstairs in the middle of the house, and I am hot. I walked in and was like, "Wow, this is going to be a treat, man." So I've got the window cracked. It's a hot one.
You know, Scott,
Oh
it's
shit! Hi,
interesting.
Misty.
They make
Hi,
they
Randy.
make an in. Hey, honey. They make an in room, not in window, but they make an in room AC unit now that also doubles as a heater. So that might actually be a good thing for you guys. The only difference is to run the heat on it, you have to pull up, unscrew a plug that's in the middle of it,
Mhm.
pop the little seal out, and run a little tube like a dehumidifier tube that goes
okay.
back out the window, kind of like you do when you run your
Hey,
your AC.
Doris.
Nice.
So yeah,
Hey, so I need something like that. I mean, we're not geared for it. I mean, that's the thing with the UK. Any kind of extremity of weather, we got a problem. Everything in the UK needs to be grey and overcast. That's it.
Oh,
we're
shit.
like mushrooms, man. We need shade and moisture. That's it.
so
Oh,
all right, so
fuck.
what do you do with fog then?
Well, yeah, exactly. Like
Man.
2 inches of snow, the country grinds to a halt, right? And if we go over a certain temperature of heat, we're like, well, that's it. And
That's
we
it,
just
we're
can't
done.
function. So we need it to be.
Oh,
We're a
damn.
fragile animal, man.
Next
Gotta
time
find that
we have a
middle.
42-inch snowfall over here, I'm gonna drag
Exactly.
a couple of you over.
Right?
I used to work with a Canadian guy, and he'd say the same thing. He was like, if I called in to tell my boss I couldn't make it, and there was less than 3 feet of snow on the ground, he'd fire me, and I'm like, yeah, I bet he would. So it's
yeah.
it's but again, we're not prepared for it. So when it comes to snow or heat or anything like that, we just ain't geared for it. So we don't have plows, we don't have it's no good. So yeah, and the heat's the same. We're just not ready for it, man.
You just got to get somebody behind you with the big palm fronds going.
Oh, that's what. See, I was gonna have. I've got a giant fan I was going to have going, but I tried it and the audio, that's all you hear. It's just this fan. I'm like,
The big fan. Oh, poor guy.
So I'm suffering for the chat, but it's worth it,
I'm outside sitting in the shade. It's supposed to be the Great White North, but we've been getting like 40 degrees. Are you in Celsius over there, or is that Fahrenheit in the UK? You're Celsius too, right?
We're in Celsius, yeah. So we're 32 today.
Damn metrics.
Yeah, we hit that last week. We were hotter than Florida last week, and we're supposed to be the Great White North. And we're supposed to live in igloos and shit. Right, come live in your igloo. Snow, what's that?
We're at 78 here, and it doesn't usually get that warm up here in the mountains.
Raves.
We stay.
What's up, Raves?
Cool.
There's another UK friend. Raves.
Hey,
There's a bunch of UK legs.
I've done like no model building this weekend. I had a bunch of models turn up. I'd walk into here and be like, nah. I'd start by taking about 2 minutes
Too
into
warm,
it.
right?
Like, ain't happening. Nope.
See, that's when Scott. That's when you sleep during the day and you work at night when it cools off. You open the window up.
Yeah, that's we see. I'm kind of blessed. I'm allowed to work from home, and I kind of have 3 hours. So I'm thinking of going a bit vampire over the next week. Sleeping in the day and working at nighttime.
There you go. That'll make for. Now, how in the hell?
The race is melting.
All right, no, I'm trying to figure this out. How in the hell are you going to do a British vampire accent? I can't fathom that.
British vampire?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I wouldn't even attempt that.
See, Scott's
it would probably be
that one. I'm like, yeah, we always go European. Our vampires are always like,
European.
Our vampires are always mainland Europe. We're like, yeah, no, it's
So where do your vampires come from?
Our vampires typically come from Romania, Transylvania. So that's that's our vampires. The occasional German vampire, but it's
nine. German. Nine. I want to suck your blood.
There's an amazing story.
Yellow. I want to suck your blood. No, that was more Russian.
There's an amazing story about Scottish vampire. I'll tell you one day. If we ever do a chat where I think it would be a good theme for it, I'll fit it in. But it's an incredible story about a vampire from Scotland.
Shit.
It's insane, but it's really funny. But if we ever do a chat with themes to that, we'll do that one. But I'll try and stay on topic for this one.
We could do that versus the Werewolves of London.
CJ wants to do music sometime. Like that'd be good too, because his music shit. I can't understand any of it. But like the stuff we listen to is cool. What? No. Right, son?
No, wait, no.
Yeah, and we're not doing music today.
Chris, I hate to tell you, we kind of started it back in the day with the Sugar Hill Gang.
Yes, this is true. He won't know who that is.
No idea.
Yeah.
Dave said, Scott, how the heck are you wearing black today? You're making me hot just looking at it.
Do you know what? I think what it is as well, everyone buys me black, right? So I'm wearing this such a Jaws t-shirt, Quint t-shirt. So people buy me black shirts all the time, right? And I'm like, all right. So when it gets to a day like this, I think I must own a white shirt or t-shirt. I don't. It's like everything's black. I'm like, dang. So yeah, it's
well, but see, that's an advantage. If you get to the part where you start sweating so much, nobody's going to be looking.
Exactly.
See, you buy the guys black shirts, you buy the girls white shirts. Hello. We forget about that. We may be old, but we forgot about that. Oh, damn. Ray says he's going to get you a pink shirt.
Fine, Scott, we're going to buy you a pink one. Give me the pirate R. You don't know me, Rick.
To get us going on our theme this evening, as we're speaking of hot and sweaty, does any remember from the 90s?
You're breaking up.
Global hypercolor t-shirts? Do you remember these? These were a thing in the 90s.
No,
Am I breaking up? Can you hear me?
You got to go
back. A little bit, you were breaking up.
Yeah, you broke up, bud.
Just the beginning of what you were saying.
Does anybody remember Global Hypercolor T-shirts from the 90s?
Global
They were a
hypercolor
T-shirt that
t-shirt.
changed color with body heat.
Yes,
So the idea was that
we
so
called
the
them mood
commercial
shirts.
was like, yeah. So the commercial was some girl would come up and touch the guy on the heart, and he'd have this lovely handprint, and you're like, oh, that's cool. And you could draw a smiley face, and they seem like a really good idea. Until the first day you went out, and your blue shirt has got these giant yellow patches under your armpits. Just a streak
From the
down your
sweat.
back. Yeah, like this.
Do you guys remember
Yeah.
tearaway
Awful.
pants?
Oh
Remember
yeah.
tearaway pants?
Yeah.
They had
Yeah,
tearaway pants. They had tearaway shorts too. But I didn't
Yeah.
understand. Like I got the concept of the tearaway pants. Okay, you tear them off, you got your shorts underneath, whatever. Like, well, what are the shorts for? You go into the bathroom, you can't be bothered to pull your pants down. You have to tear your pants off. Like, why the fuck would you have shorts?
Chris,
For
Chris,
me, that was the
the-
90s all over. Pointless fashion, shit that had no purpose
Right?
at all.
The
Yeah.
fuck
Way
was
too
that all
complicated for
about?
its own good. You're like, what is this shit?
well,
Sneakers.
but again,
They went-
I think we started that in the '80s with things like parachute pants.
Parachute pants. Yeah.
You know, and the very narrow little tie, you know, that we had. You know, dude, you could get those skinny ties in just about anything.
hmm
You know,
Well, it was the amount of accessories and shit that people used to wear back in the 80s and 90s as well.
Right?
Where it'd be like, I can remember it, and it's like, I appreciate this is a family show, so I'll be careful how I say it, but I can remember being with a young lady and being like, my mum's going to be home in like an hour. How long do you think it's going to take to take all this shit off? Because
Fucking headgear, right? Oh shit! Yeah, I remember that.
well,
I'm just walking around with a t-shirt, right on, Rich.
and
Rah rah
and,
skirts.
and thus began the fashion of crotchless.
I miss. We had much music here, MTV shit, good times.
I miss MTV as well. I mean, I
MTV
remember
was
when
awesome.
MTV was just music videos. You get the
Uh-huh.
the VJs come on every now and then, and that was it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know
miss
what
that shit.
MTV's like over there now, but over
I
here,
don't even watch.
it's just shows. So we get Catfish and
Yeah.
Jersey
Big
Shore
Brother.
and that kind of crap. And you rarely do you see a music video anymore. And it's like, this is kind of
Right.
weird, but that's all it was.
Because
You'd put that shit on like it was the radio.
yeah,
Well, remember,
but that's where you
remember
got
there was
your.
a-
That's where you got it, right? You couldn't.
Yeah,
You couldn't.
and remember, right at the beginning of that, there was a group called the Buggles
Yeah.
that
Video
put
killed
out
the radio
a
star.
song said "Video killed the radio star."
They
Video
still, I
killed the-
believe, MTV kept that tradition going. Every time they launched MTV in a new country or a new state, the first song played was the Buggles' "Video Killed the Radio Star."
Yeah.
So it
And you know the funny thing about that is you know the group Pentatonics,
Yes.
Yeah.
the a cappella group. Okay,
That's CJ's favorite
Pentatonics.
group.
Yep.
Cool, good man, CJ.
Yeah.
Pentatonics won the competition that they were in to first launch them and make them a big name
Mhm.
by doing a version of the Buggles song "Video Killed the Radio Star."
Oh
and
shit!
you can still catch it on YouTube. It's actually pretty damn good. They take a lot of the
Come on,
old
Yankee.
stuff and then rework it.
Yeah.
So it not only works for a cappella, but also with their beatbox guy and the whole 9 yards. So it's pretty cool. I miss the fact that they got rid of Avi. I think that was the biggest mistake they did, but that's personal opinion.
Yeah. But what the fuck was I? Oh, before we get into toys here and stuff, Scott wants to do a giveaway today, just so
Okay,
that
well,
everybody know.
I've got a very good giveaway. I'm going to show you what we got. So this
Share us out.
It's going to be winner's choice. So I've got one winner, but there's a choice of 4 prizes. So you can choose which
Okay.
one you want. So
Oh,
it's
shit.
so you can experience my world a little bit. If you haven't seen me yet, I build models with my kids. You can visit our channel, see all the things we build, and we build very large models. Now, you might
yeah.
have thought to yourself at some point, I'd like to give one of those a go, but not be sure. So what I've got is I've got the first part of 3 different models. And the
Okay,
winner
okay.
tonight will get the first part of their choice. So you can have
Oh,
a go
man.
and see what it's like. And they come with a little magazine. You can read all about them. The ones that I have got are...
As bad as I want in this giveaway, I will not be answering this
So we
giveaway.
have got part 1 of the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. You can see you get this very beautiful hood, you get the license plate, the grill, all of that. This comes with the magazine as well. So if you win, you can choose this one. And that makes a very large version of the Ecto 1. We have
Shit.
issue 1 of the Disney Dolls house. This is gorgeous, this one. This comes with everything you need. This is a wooden model. This will build the front doors to the house. It comes with The little armchair is flocked. It's gorgeous. It comes with the glue you need to make it and everything you possibly need to put the case together. It's a gorgeous thing. Or
Girl's choice.
if you want to go a bit more epic, we have got issue 1 of the Titanic.
Oh
So this
man,
comes with
you're killing
a
me,
really
dude.
nice,
You're
a really
killing
nice
me.
magazine about the Titanic. It gives you all the details about the build. It comes with a poster. You get the forecast of the Titanic, all the details. So
Nice.
somebody, one lucky winner tonight, will get that. Chris, can we do a duck race for that?
You want? I don't have a duck race set up. I have the StreamYard they put in a hashtag and then they'll pick a winner.
We can do that. Let's do
I
the
can get
hashtag for
CJ to run that at the end of that. Or we
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
Son, can you share a second screen and we can just as we're talking, or do you want to do that later? I think we should do it later.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Because you kind of got to be here for that, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
we can.
I'll have
we can-
them- You want me to have them contact you with their details and
Yeah, so
or,
what we'll
or
do is
do-
I'll give my email address, or they can contact you, and you can pass it on to me, and whoever wins, we'll send it out to them. And I don't mind where we got to send this to, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's open to everybody, be it UK
There's-
or Europe or
you got
America or
UK
Kathmandu or wherever you are.
Australia's the hard one, but we don't
That's
have any
all right.
Australia friends
We'll make it work.
today.
Oh, you don't.
Awesome.
You never know. You never know. We may have somebody coming in from
May
Australia.
have somebody come in. So share us out. We're gonna talk about toys. We're gonna talk about movies. We're gonna talk about what was the other thing? TV shows.
Games.
TV shows.
Games.
No, we did games last week.
Oh, okay.
Or last 3 weeks ago. It got crazy around here. Had to move
think-
and
I think
Right, we're
TVs,
back
movies,
at
and
it.
toys all links together, because for every TV show there was a toy. For every movie,
Right?
for every movie there was a toy.
You're
And for every
Rick.
toy
Thank you, Rick.
it all linked
Wow.
to it, you know.
Wowzers in my trousers. He said,
Yeah.
"Fucking guy."
Oh, and before we start, I can do one thing. Rick, I did finally get down to and read thank you very much. So,
Aw.
yeah.
Yeah,
Says-
Jason had his first live stream yesterday, Scott.
yeah,
Was it
last
yesterday?
night. Last
Was
night,
good?
yep.
That's good.
Yep.
Oh, man,
The
as always, guys, feel
Comfort
free to
Bar and
drop your
Grill is
links.
open for business.
Let's drop Scott's link. Let's drop Jason's link. Let's drop everybody's link, and then we'll get into. We all have our. Do you guys have that one like toy that you remember? That one cool.
Yeah.
Movies for me. Movies was Terminator 2. My auntie brought over Terminator 2, and I was like, 6 or 7. It had just come out, and it was like the coolest thing. We shouldn't have been watching it, but that movie was like nostalgic to me, just because that was like the first action. And then I got into Die Hard. And Die Hard's epic.
I can remember
But,
the first film I watched on video was
Okay.
First Blood Part 2. And I think it was
Rambo.
like 7.
Let's go.
Wildly inappropriate. So Rambo First Blood Part 2
Right?
was the first movie I watched, and that was
What's
on
up,
a
Gypsy?
Betamax.
There's another friendly UK face down there. Voltron. I have the original toy Voltron remote control unit. I still have it from my childhood. Wow. Okay, that's cool. On Star Wars too, guys. If you're
Yep.
sitting on Star Wars toys, you're sitting on mint.
Oh,
They're
sitting on
hot
gold
right now.
man, my brother.
Fuck.
My brother collected every action figure he could lay his hands on. He had the land speeder. He had what was it?
Shit.
The inside of the Death Star section.
Mhm.
That's Scott's link, guys. Check
where
him
they
out.
did that.
And Jason's link there too. CJ, drop your link. Sorry,
God,
Jason.
and what was the other one? What was the other one he had? He had Vader's TIE Fighter.
Oh wow,
Right.
Rick, I was one.
and an X-Wing. Now that I think about it, I have
Oh,
no
that's cool.
idea what he did with all that stuff. But man, I tell you what, if he held on to it, I know
Mhm.
right now he could have bought a house with
Yeah.
the majority of it.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Maja used
there's
to
a-
collect trolls.
There's a huge market for bits, like guns and things like that. And I watched a show the other night that was actually talking about how they tell a fake.
That's
from a real
CJ's
one.
account, guys. CJ's gaming.
Oh, cool.
And,
Right.
it's a real simple process. They just throw them in water. So fake
Oh,
ones,
shit.
fake ones float, real ones sink. And I was like, well, shit. So you throw it, you take a Star Wars gun, toss it into the water. The fake one will float. The real one will sink to the bottom. And it
Wow.
really is that simple.
Interesting.
Wow. Gypsy said Pokemon cards are the money now.
Mhm.
My youngest brother has
Yeah.
a whole binder full of Pokemon cards from when they first came out in the 90s. I think it was early 90s.
Yeah,
Early
Nicholas
90s. It was
before
right
he
after
moved.
Pogs.
Yeah, Nicholas before he moved out was going crazy collecting Pokemon. He had people sending him.
I remember that.
He had people sending him boxes, you know, and unopened.
Hey, Chris
cases.
Miller. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that he said, you know, sooner or later, somewhere down the line, he was going to start adding.
Do you guys remember that toy?
What's that?
The Zip Pull Evil Knievel
Evil
motorcycle.
Knievel. Oh yeah, man.
I
That
fucking remember that PDX. Holy
was
shit.
the bomb.
Well, you had that, plus you had, you know, let's not forget. And I know some of y'all want to forget it, but the GI Joe.
G.I. Joe's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, PDX. Thank you, PDX.
G.I. Joe wasn't called G.I. Joe.
Remember for
here.
4 months? Holy shit. G.I. Joe was my jam back in the day. I had a whole bunch.
G.I. Joe had a different name in England. In the
really?
UK,
Oh,
G.I.
yeah?
Joe was Action Man.
Action Man, okay.
Action Man. And then when they made them the smaller size, because if I remember rightly, wasn't G.I. Joe like the size of a Barbie when it first was around?
Yeah, it was. That's what they made it for boys.
Yeah, and
Well,
then
they wanted to make a
dropped-
Barbie for boys.
when they dropped them down to the little ones,
Yeah.
like the 5-inch things.
Yeah.
They weren't called GI Joe. They were called Action Force over here.
Action
because it
Force.
was seen.
Shit.
Yeah, it was seen. GI Joe was seen as too American. So they
yeah.
didn't think British kids would go for it.
Yeah.
So it was called Action Force, and then it became GI Joe in the Action Force. Then it just became GI Joe. Now over here it's just known as GI Joe, but for the longest time it was Action Force.
I think Transformers came out just before the little GI Joes, and they were trying to keep up with that. And then the He-Man started, and it got into that. But
I got one, and
Corn Pop.
Chris, tell me if this
Corn
made
Pop.
it over the pond. CJ,
Yes.
Nicholas had a big thing when he was little about Beyblades. Was that ever a big thing up in Canada? Okay.
Fuck.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Oh fuck the Beyblade top
They
things!
have.
And I would step on them because you had them all over the
They have
place.
Beyblades
Fuck
here
me.
that have flint on the end of it. So when
Oh,
you
so they spark,
hit
right?
together, they spark. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, they didn't do that down here.
Yeah. No.
I guess they figured they were worried about some kid doing it out in the shed where the gas.
Much
is,
love, Gypsy. Much love, man. Appreciate you stopping in, man. Do you guys remember Pogs? Was that a thing in the UK? We used to fight over the Pogs on the porch.
It was, but Pogs weren't really a thing here until I'd say the mid to late 90s. So it kind of.
Okay. It was a little later.
I was drinking and shit when Pogs were released. So I remember them being a thing, but I remember being like, yeah, no, this ain't for me.
All right,
It's like this is the thing. I've got no real affection or link to Pokemon because I remember it being around, but again, I was practically an adult when Pokemon launched in the UK, and because we're behind the curve. When it comes
I didn't know
to
they made a
toys,
Fonzie doll.
now not so much, but definitely in the 80s and the 90s, we were always about a year at least behind America when it came to whatever was kind of popular at the time. So a lot of the stuff was released here much later.
CW.
So you'd be on wave 2 or 3 or something when we'd just be getting the first wave of it.
Oh wow, yeah.
And that was always the case. And it used to be the same with movies as well. For the longest time, movies would be released in America 6 months to a year before they arrived in the UK.
Really?
But
That long out?
yeah.
Damn.
But then that was kind of the big thing.
Oh,
So
okay.
whoever went to visit America would come back and tell you they'd just seen Ghostbusters. And you'd be like, holy shit. It's, because it came out in June, but it came out in December in the UK. So you got to see it a good 6 months before everyone else. But because of internet piracy,
Much
film
love,
companies had to
PDX.
change
Have
the
a
way
good
they
day.
do things. Because if you waited 6 months now, everyone in the UK would have seen it by the time you release it because we all just stream it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. But no, for the longest time, we were so far behind on everything. So some of our stuff ran longer than it did in America because we got it later. So Masters of the Universe is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Masters of the Universe was still popular in the UK up to about 1991, whereas I think it
Oh,
died
shit.
off. Exactly. I think it died off in America in around about the mid to late 80s.
Yep.
Whereas it
Oh,
got a
shit.
few more years over here.
And Maja, we can actually still get them. They're plastic now though. So and they're not on a
Clackers?
string. Yeah, they're not on
I
a
remember
string.
those.
They're on it's like 2 plastic pieces so that they kind of
Clackers?
come
Yeah.
together. Yeah.
The triangles?
Clackers
That would
were
drive people
banned.
nuts.
In
Yeah.
schools in the UK, they banned clackers. They weren't allowed to use them.
Really?
Now, how
Yeah.
about
Oh shit.
how about the one that used to put people into
Oh,
facilities
did they, Deb?
for the rest of their lives? Lawn darts.
Lawn darts.
Lawn darts. Oh, you can't have
Remember-
toys like that nowadays, man.
No, hell,
Oh.
dude, we can't do
Fucking-
half the crap we used to.
5 pound dart, throw it up in the air. Let's go.
with a poker on it that that's 8 inches long.
Fuck.
It's
You just impale your friends.
it's a 5 pound piece of plastic and metal that's sharpened. Was literally with
What about
a 7-inch poker at the end of it.
Have fun,
And
kids.
you throw it up in the air, and the idea is to hit a circle like this that's 30, 40 feet away in the yard, kind of like when you play horseshoes, except you're
Yeah.
throwing these damn things up in the yard and going, look out.
what about wood burning kits? Who thought that was a bright idea for a 5-year-old?
As long
Wood
as
burning kits.
as long as they only used the little 6-inch cord that came with it, so they were right next to the drapes, it was okay.
Well, I went looking for a chemistry set for my kids, and you can't really get them anymore.
No,
But you can use them. Here you go, kids. Here's some chemicals.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
don't drink them.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yep, the burns. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
rubber band guns. You can still get those. Yep.
Mhm.
God,
I've got.
the
I can
the
show
cork-
you the ultimate rubber band gun. Give me 2 seconds.
the cork guns that they used to do where the string would break on it, so you end up actually shooting a cork at somebody's face.
Oh, okay.
So
So this is one I built.
Rubber
shit.
band guns. Who remembers those?
Yeah. So it's,
Oh
it's a
shit! Look at this fucking guy.
Damn!
Man,
So, yeah,
I want to go
it's
to UK just so we can be friends, man. That's
It
cool.
works, man.
Let's build some shit. I love it.
Now see, all you got to
Cap
do
guns.
now, all you
Hi,
got to do now,
Cindy.
Scott, is if you use one of the wider rubber bands,
Mhm.
take one of those wooden skewers that you use for doing shish kebabs.
Which one?
Mhm.
Sharpen
Okay.
sharpen one end down. You can lay it down in there.
You got
Oh
both.
shit! What's
Look,
up,
it's
Skinner?
from It's for a company that made a bunch of them. I've only got 2 of them so far. I've got the Magnum as well. So
Oh my god, dude! Can you get that shit over the border? I'll buy that from you.
The crazy
Fuck.
thing about this one goes into overkill, right? This is weird because it's a revolver, not an automatic. But you can keep your rubber bands in the stock.
Oh my god! Yeah, I
It's
want
a
that.
rapid fire. It's a 6-shooter rubber band gun.
Sign me up. I would be torturing these people around here.
I saw something on a TikTok short the other day. It was actually a semi-automatic rubber band gun where you replaced the cartridges at the top, and you could
Mhm.
fire like five different rubber bands. And they had this dude firing it at targets. I was like, what the hell? Damn. But yeah, who was it? Devilish talking about
I scored.
not cap darts. I do remember those. But you remember the for cap guns, the rolls of caps that you used to get,
Just how
which
much?
was nothing more than small little portions of black powder
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
sealed up inside of
Wow.
2 pieces of paper. That when the hammer came down on the gun, it ignited the
Yeah.
black powder. All right, show of hands. Who took the roll off, set it on the ground, grabbed Dab's hammer, and whacked
Oh
the
yeah,
crap out of one?
smash it. Fuck yeah, that's how you do that. Fuck, you had to.
And what did you get? Wham! And it's
We
a
were-
big thing of black smoke.
I've just got
Kid-
to answer Rick's question quick. Rick, this one, if you're after the revolver, you can get these for about $20. It comes
Oh,
in a
fuck.
kit. You put it together yourself. It takes about about an hour or 2. If you want
Sold.
the larger one, the shotgun, this goes for around about $40. It's
Right,
great
Doris?
fun to make. You can also get an assault rifle, which
So,
is about
oh, yeah,
60 bucks. But they're from a company called Robot Time. If you go to Amazon and you search Robot Time rubber band, you'll find them. And,
Oh, wow.
they're a lot of fun, man. They really are.
I gotta write that down.
that's crazy. Yeah, yeah.
Robot time.
Robot time. Fuck. What's up, Chris Miller? What's good? What's good? Okay, since
All
we're
right,
talking
CJ.
about toys that are different.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
CJ, give us an idea of some of the cool stuff nowadays. That
Yeah,
we're
you
missing
got
out on.
any? What are we missing out as old guys? You know, as you like to call me, back in my
Oh.
day.
I play
You got-
games nowadays. That's all.
You guys don't believe in outdoors and toys, right? That's like not a thing.
No. Yeah, that's true.
It's video games.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Again, it's generational, I guess. We just used to get thrown out the house. Get out.
Yep.
Right?
It's
Don't
not
come
what
back
we're
in
doing.
until the lights turn off.
Yeah,
If
so
when
well,
the
that's when
lights
you come
turn on,
back
that's
in.
it.
So you are turning the backyard becomes the jungle for GI Joe for 4.5 hours, and
Right?
that's what happened.
Hey, Heaven
Or-
Sent, welcome.
Or if you lived on a hill, where you could pull into your driveway, you went out and you got the
Oh,
grabbed
fuck
some
yeah.
of mom and dad's blocks, the decorative blocks that they used to line the garden with.
Mhm.
Oh, shit.
Found a scrap piece of plywood. You stacked the blocks up and leaned the plywood up and set yourself a ramp up. You started up on the hill, came hauling ass down into the driveway, and whoop,
Fuck yeah. Did they
You know.
ban the GT Snow Racer in the States or UK? Do you guys remember that? GT Snow Racer? It was like
I don't remember. Yeah.
like a sled, but it had like 2 fins in the back and one in the front, like a tricycle, and it had a steering wheel and a brake, but it was like 100 kilometers an hour. You go down the fucking hill, and kids would go to the tallest hill, and they were like just running into trees and shit. They banned it.
I
It was
don't
fun,
ever
though.
I don't ever
No
remember having
Christina
that.
Bell.
Our biggest thing were these flimsy ass plastic toboggans that you climb into. You had not a hope in hell of being. Now there were some people that would sit there and swear that you could lean one way or the other like they do in the Olympics, and I'm like, no, not on
Nope.
a not on a
You were
not on
going-
a virgin hill. You're going downhill, and it is whichever way that damn piece of plastic
And you're going
decides to
fast.
go. And
Fast.
no matter,
And the little brake thing did fuck all for you. You didn't do
Oh,
you
there
just
was
looked
no
like a piece
brake.
of plastic.
dude,
Holy scrape.
this was your brakes. You either put
Oh.
this out, or God forbid you weren't going so fast you stuck your foot out, and what had happened is you stuck your foot out, the snow would grab it, rip the tendons, you'd end up foot face first out, going, oh, okay, I got it, whipping your ass back up the hill to go do it again. And invariably there was that one poor kid that would start at the top of the hill, get into somebody's groove that had already been made, haul ass down the hill at 50 miles an hour, either into the creek and hit the bank on the opposite side of the creek after going airborne across the creek, or hit that little sapling that split right between their legs.
Oh shit.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
We never had that, see, because we don't really get snow over here. I mean, I've been sledded maybe 6 times in my life.
Really?
shit.
So, yeah, so it's
Oh.
not a thing. So there's a mad rush in the UK when we had to do it for my kids, not Christmas the Christmas before. We got snow.
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, we don't own a sled. And then it's trying to find somewhere in the UK that's got sleds for sale that hasn't sold.
Garbage bag.
immediately.
Garbage
Yeah.
bag works the same.
So
Fucking
it's
jump on a garbage bag.
yeah, it's it's one of those things that we never really had, so we never really got to sort of benefit from those. But it's
The other thing
Yeah,
that works. The other thing that works real well, Scott, is if you've got one of those round plastic trash cans.
Oh, the
Yeah.
lid? Oh,
the
fuck.
lid. Yeah.
Forget about it.
What you do is you take the lid, spray. Now I don't know what they call it over there. We call it Pam. It's a cooking oil.
Yeah,
spray.
Pam.
like cooking oil. Yeah,
Yeah,
cooking
you
oil.
Yeah.
spray it. You spray it on top of the lid, and then you make sure you get the ones that's got handles on the side of it. Get up to the top of the hill, turn it upside down so the slippery side's on it. Shoo!
Wow, that's scary, devilish. A snowboard stroke. Shit. We would use machetes to hollow out forts in the mangroves by the canal. Shit. Okay. Kids can't play with machetes nowadays. They're too
Oh.
sensitive.
No, but I mean, it's something we used to do when we were kids as well. We'd make forts or dens, we used to call them.
Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
and that was our thing. And again, I mean, I was talking to my wife about this the other night, funnily enough, because we were watching a documentary about a kid that went missing. He was 7. He was walking home. They saw he walked home from school every day. It was only a 3-mile walk.
Yeah.
And you think about it, and you think, a 7-year-old walked 3 miles on their own. I'm thinking, yeah, kind of. Back in the day, that was quite normal. That wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
We went down
Crazy carpets were awesome.
3
Marja.
streets.
Roman
streets
candle
to get
fights, we
down-
still do
3
that.
streets to get down to a cul-de-sac. At the top of the cul-de-sac was a path that went through a forest preserve, across a river, little creek, but for us it was a big damn river, up to a major street where they actually had a cop directing traffic. to let us go crossing guard.
Mhm.
So we want to cross that street, up the street that was across from it, and then again through another path up the woods to come into the back of the parking lot of the elementary school that we were going to. And then you'd walk across
Oh, hell yeah.
the parking lot of the elementary school while the buses were coming and people were letting their kids off. You know, shit,
Yeah.
you walked in between the cars, and
Mhm.
right on into school.
Yeah.
And that was how we did it.
It was just
Yeah.
normal. It was
Yeah.
like the kind of it was. I remember doing it. I remember walking home with. I'd always be with buddies and things like that, and it
Yep.
was. I had the very stern instruction of you come straight home, which was a killer, man.
Oh, that's awesome, Rick.
Well, my walk home went past like 2 play parks, so it was hard to go straight home. It's like you
Yeah.
avoid the lure of the swings and the slide and shit. You'd be like, ah, damn. But
Oh, that's
come
funny.
straight home.
Check Rick's out. I like that. So that would get me in trouble nowadays at Walmart.
Right?
My niece and nephew used to play forts with the bathroom tissue paper rolls at Walmart and scare the customers who walk by. Oh my God, that would be so classic.
Fuck.
That would
Yeah,
be so
yeah.
classic.
It's so different nowadays for kids. I mean, especially like the pandemic didn't help. They pushed all the kids inside for 2 years.
Yeah.
And everything was online. So like now it's like I gotta light
Hey,
a bomb to
kids.
get them outside.
Hey kids,
Mhm.
welcome to homeschooling, whether you wanted it or not.
Right?
That was a treat.
Right, son? Got you 3
Yeah.
shades of fucked up.
That was
But
brutal.
we were talking about, actually Scott was talking about before we started about things that are like TV shows you can't have now that we had back then, or,
Yep.
or
Oh, yeah.
movies
Movies,
different.
Yeah.
There's too many. What do you want to call it? Sensitive people? I don't know. There's too
Yeah,
many-
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
like-
it's like, I mean, my thing is for
fuck?
good reasons and bad reasons. I mean, some of the shit that they got away with when I was younger, I'm thinking you look at it and go, yeah, that was never right. And then some of it you go,
yeah,
there ain't nothing wrong with this. You look at it and think this is
No.
kind of fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
some of it you're like, oh, because it's like I'll go back and watch old movies. My kids become kind of obsessed with the 80s because of Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Yes.
Yep.
CJ loves that show.
My ego can't take it because he keeps referring to it as the olden days. And I'm like, it's the fucking olden days.
Right?
I'm like, that's when I grew up, son. That's not the olden days.
That's our old
So-
days.
It blows his mind. I tell him I'm the same age as the Stranger Things kids. I'm like, that blows his mind. So he's obsessed with
have-
the 80s at the moment.
That argument every day with this one here. Calls it the olden days,
The
like we're
olden days.
fucking relics.
Scott,
I
do
know,
you guys get Saturday Night Live over there?
Sporadically, it comes
Okay.
and goes. So it'll be on for a few years. Then some channel doesn't pick it up, and then it comes back.
Do you remember Dana Carvey used to do a skit called The Angry Old Man?
Yes,
Okay. Hello, gentlemen. We have become.
we've become.
Right?
I
Right?
know.
Yeah,
Fuck.
when I was a kid, we didn't have things like purified water. We had brown crap in the water. We drank it and from the hose, and we liked it that way.
Right?
But this
Right?
is the thing with a generation that got nothing to complain about. Because I can remember World War II veterans when I was a kid, right? I mean, my
Right?
generation fought in the war. What have I got to say? My generation had nothing
Right?
but Pac-Man.
Yeah, we had nothing but Pac-Man. Let's go.
And
We had
and you watch-
arcades, man.
CJ, it's going to be wild when you get to be an adult man, and you're back at our age, looking back on this stuff, and you're looking at the younger ones, going, "Shit, look what's
Yeah.
changed." You know,
Mhm.
I get this sneaking suspicion by the time CJ's our age, cars that run on gas are going to be a thing of the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the
Spitballs.
only place you'll see them is going to be in museums.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Things like that. Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
shoot, I remember
Uh,
the Smithsonian downtown in DC.
I always wanted to go there.
When I was growing up, had this awesome kick-ass display. You walked into the castle, and walking up, you could look to your left or to your right, and there was a nice carpet that ran down, and on either side of the carpet were knights on horses in armor. And both the knights
Oh,
and the
that's
horses were in armor. And then the main leading up to it was just a row of knights standing at attention in armor. And I always thought, that's going to be a cool thing to take my son to go see. So I said, all right, here we go. You're old enough to understand and appreciate this. And yeah, he was about 12. So down we go, and they had gotten rid of the display.
Ah,
What they had put up in its place
Oh shit,
was
that's funny.
modern history. So I'm looking at
Okay.
this going, all right, maybe they just moved it somewhere. I'm like, I'm ever hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic, and I'm looking.
Yeah.
They've got
What's up, Blast Holes?
they've got this layout right in the center, which is you are here, and then they talk about where everything is. Well, as I'm looking at this, trying to look around to see what the hell I'm gonna take him to entertain him with, he calls over to me from this little pedestal that's glass topped, and he goes, Dad, is this the kind of computer you learned on? And I turned around and I looked, and as I'm doing this, a lady at the next little pedestal with her daughter starts laughing at him, and she goes, "No, son, that's an IBM Ball typewriter."
Yep.
And
Remember the old typewriters?
He actually got pissed, but then I'm like, well, screw it. They just opened Pandora's box. So I'm walking him around going, okay, this is a TV with rabbit ears. This is how we used to get TV before cable. This is a rotary dial phone. A what? A rotary dial phone. Why does it have a cord? Because we used to sit when you dialed it, and you had to sit there. You had to sit by the phone? Yeah. You couldn't walk around? No. Well, you could walk around as far as the 6-foot cord would let you go.
Right?
And he's just looking at me going, what kind of purgatory did you grow up in? I'm like, dude, you got no idea.
Kids will never experience the joy of dial-up internet now.
Oh,
If their shit is not loaded in half a second, they're flipping to another video.
And do you
Like,
remember how you were able to tell what speed the bulletin board was set for when you first logged into it? Because you didn't get all that information until you connected. Do you remember what it was? You went through 4 or 5 different tones as it ramped up higher and higher as you got to faster speeds. Yeah. Look, we're 2400. We're 2400 baud. We're kicking ass.
Oh shit.
The one thing I remember about TV shows back then is how dark they were, and I think that's a big difference as well. When it comes to things changing because they're not culturally sensitive anymore, I'm like, I get that. But what has changed big is there's almost a belief that kids ain't about to handle darker stuff. We had some fairly horrendous shit when I was younger on TV. Yeah. And the bulk of those shows, I don't know if you block it out or not, but a lot of those shows ended really, really badly. Do you remember Alf? About the alien? Do you remember Alf? That ended with the fucking CIA caught him. He was taken to a lab. That's how Alf ended. It didn't end well. He was caught and taken. Swear to God, you can Google this. He's caught and taken by the FBI at the end.
That's crazy.
E.T.
E.T.
E.T. was grabbed, taken to a lab, experimented on to the point where he turned gray and died.
Well, it's like we're the generation
almost.
We're the generation that had to watch that horse die of sadness in Never-Ending Story. It's like,
right?
It just dies because it's sad, and it's like,
it's sad.
Really sad, and it's like, this is some traumatizing shit. And it's like,
oh
the
shit.
worst one for me was. Do you remember the cartoon show Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, buddy.
They never got home. No. There was no final episode. Those kids never actually made it home, and it's like, that's terrible. Their parents are still wondering what happened to the kids that went to the carnival.
It's funny you mention that. In the same token, there's a series of books called The Guardians of the Flame that's written by Joel Rosenberg, which is about a group of college students that get transferred over into the D&D universe that they're playing. And the first trip over, I don't want to spoiler alert. The first trip over, one of the group actually dies, and he describes it kind of graphically. I mean, it's not not down to the blood and guts and everything, but it describes him dying, gurgling, kicking at the end of a spear.
Jesus.
And then there's a whole other series of things that happen. They get back to the normal world. But they've got people that are messed up and people that are screwed up, so they got to go back again, and they deliberately get themselves sent back over, and it's a one-way trip, and they know it, and they spend the rest of their lives, over in this universe. That's trying to change things, and they do. I mean, they make some fantastic changes.
We just had some dark stuff, man. Just some really dark.
And flatliners, Doors.
Flatliners,
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one. Dinosaurs. You remember that show, Dinosaurs? It was like The Simpsons, but
Is
it was
that the
weird.
not the mama?
Not the mama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember how that ended?
No.
They all died.
Oh, did
So
they?
in the last episode of that, it's Earl that works at that plant does something he's not supposed to do, which triggers the Ice Age, that kills all of them, and it ends with the father of the family. This is harrowing. It ends with the father of the family sort of telling the kids, maybe we'll be okay. Then you just see the snow start piling up and cover their front door, and it's like, that's the darkest shit I've ever seen. It's on Disney Plus at the moment. I thought I'd blocked it out or made it, but I'm like, oh my god, that actually happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's brutal. The last ending of Dinosaurs, it was this lovely kind of fluffy show, and then it's like, wow, the family just died, and it's it's a lot, man.
Well, look at what we had with MASH.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you talk about things that shaped who you are. I fell in love with Hawkeye Pierce. I really did. The guy that railed out against authority.
Yeah.
He did respect authority in his own way, but he was not. He didn't. You couldn't put him into a cookie cutter mold.
Is Hawkeye? I can't remember that well. Was Hawkeye the guy that was on the bus in the last episode? Where the woman's got the pig.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But it ain't a pig.
Yeah. It ain't a pig. Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
Hawkeye's the one that stayed. BJ went home, or not BJ. BJ was the one that ended up there at the end. Trapper goes home and doesn't say goodbye to Hawkeye. So Henry goes to go home and gets killed on the way over. Klinger goes home after his uncle dies because he's got to go help his aunt.
Mm-hmm.
With
back.
everything.
Sorry about that, guys.
So, yeah, it's
Spitfire in the chat is there saying about the whole crew of Blake 7. I don't know if you had Blake 7 over there. It was a British sci-fi show.
Don't remember.
Oh shit!
But it was a really big deal over here. But they're completely right. The entire crew were just wiped out.
Oh shit!
So you're thinking
What
this
the
has
fuck?
got to be some no, they're dead, all of them. It's like shit. It would be like killing off the entire cast of the Starship Enterprise in one episode. You're like, damn,
Oh shit!
all of them in one hit.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, I believe almost everybody from MASH is gone now. I think
Nope.
Alan Alda is one of the few that's still around.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one, and what was another one where they they kept killing people off left. Well, Star Trek. I mean, you look at Star Trek, you always knew who was going to be the one to die on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Hey, Sleepless, how are you?
It's always
Who's beaming down?
Spock, Kirk, and Bones are beaming down with Ensign George. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm Ensign George. I'm going. Hey, look, can y'all? I'm not feeling it. Can y'all pick somebody else? I don't want to go on this away mission.
I've always had that with Murder She Wrote. Somebody put in the comments there the Murder She Wrote board game. Is that woman not the Grim Reaper? Everywhere she goes, someone fucking dies, is murdered, right? So if you're at a wedding and Angela Lansbury walks in, you're like, we got to go now.
We gotta buy.
Because if we don't get killed, we're going to get accused of it. We need to leave now because the harbinger of death has just turned up.
This is this is a funny thing. It wasn't. Well, it was kind of a game. It wasn't a game. God, it's been holy crap, 30 plus years now ago. With my first wife, we went to a dinner theater up in Harper's Ferry at a place that's now defunct. They're tearing it down to rebuild it. But the dinner theater was a whodunit, and they grab people out of the audience to be members of the cast. Oh yeah. So cool. I got grabbed. My stepfather got grabbed. My mother got grabbed. My wife was like, I ain't doing it. Yeah, we all got drug into it, and we all had to go around playing our parts, and they gave us scripts and everything. You had about 15 minutes to learn as you put on the costumes and stuff. It was different. And you want to talk about twisted? You had people that would come up and yell at you because you wouldn't give stuff away. They're going, tell us, and I'm like, no, can't. Sorry.
I went to one. I'm sure I might have the name wrong here. I went to one over there that I was taken to, and I'm sure it was called Tony and Tina's Wedding. And
Oh, shit.
what it was it was like you gone to a wedding reception. So
Yeah.
it was dinner theater, but it was like you were guests at a wedding. So that they're all at the main table, and you'd start hearing stuff like you were overhearing gossip that she'd been, sleeping with the best man and shit like that. And basically, the wedding breaks down over the course of the evening. So that big argument, a fight breaks out and shit. It's like, it's amazing, but you're all there as wedding guests. It was really clever. It was a really good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, CJ, we got to get you down here and get you experience to some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, there's a what is it? The movie's The Cable Guy when he takes him to that medieval dinner theater.
Medieval Times.
Yeah, we actually have a place here that's called Medieval Times that does that. Now, I'll grant you, I'm not going to get a shredded piece of beef and put it on my face and do my Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
There's that line in that movie I love that there is no cutlery. There was no cutlery in medieval times. There is no cutlery at medieval times, but they had Pepsi.
Yeah, they have Pepsi. Gotta eat with your hands, but you can drink Pepsi.
Yep. No, they have up in Maryland. They have a killer, kick-ass medieval Renaissance festival that they ran. Now it got sidelined big time during COVID, but I'm hoping they'll bring it back this year. And if it is, maybe we'll be able to go and do a little filming, take some pictures and whatnot, and put a mommy will put a video or two or three together from it, and I'll put some of it on a live. One of the times when we open the bar and grill on weekend. So
Corn Pop just put in the comments, and it just got me right there. Was his favorite show was Tales
from the Crypt. Oh,
I love that show, man.
Show.
I was obsessed
that was a
with
good
that
show.
But again, we got it late over in the UK. We got it really late, so I didn't start watching that till about 1996. I know it was that time because I used to work late, so I'd come in from work in the evenings, and it would be on at around about midnight in the UK. And I'd always watch an episode of that. It was that and Highlander. They made that Highlander TV show.
I remember that.
Tales from the Crypt and Highlander. I'd always watch Tales from the Crypt. I love Tales from the Crypt, man. Because again,
Duncan MacLeod from the Clan
it was
Highlander.
The whole thing of you never knew what you were going to get with Tales from the Crypt. You know, it could be a supernatural thing. It could be a serial killer. It could be. I loved it. It could be a funny one, a scary one. It was brilliant.
The one that sticks with me is that guy who was the germaphobe trying to fend off the cockroaches.
Yeah, that's in
that was nasty. That was like one of the first ones. No. That was Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, okay.
That was one of the first Tales from the Crypt. He's down there and it focuses on him in like one or two rooms of his penthouse. And he's talking to this guy, through his intercom system, and he's the guy's blowing him off, and he's in there with his two cans all over the place, and then the guy's calling up to check on him, and he's like, sir,
Goosebumps
the next thing
awesome.
you see is he's laying down, kind of propped up on against I forget whether it was a wall or a cabinet, and all of a sudden he starts moving.
Of the dark?
And as he's moving, he just like erupts, and there's cockroaches coming out of every orifice.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, that one creeped me the fuck out big time.
Oh,
it was
shit.
Nasty. I remember the one with. I'm sure it was the stand-up comedian. I'm sure it was Sam Kinison was in one, and he was just a voice in a guy's head.
Yeah,
it was a guy at a club. He'd murdered somebody, and he could hear it was Sam Kinison's voice in his head saying, "They all know what you did," and he was just messing with him the whole time.
Yep.
And he said, "See, they're all staring at you, and they all know." And it was because the guy had a cotton bud hanging out of his ear, like a Q-tip, where he tried to clear it out. And he's like, "Do you think maybe that's what they're all looking at?" Because he confesses to it all. It's like that's fucked up, but no, it was
I remember that one.
Really was. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was really good.
Hey, CJ, do you guys still see Tales from the Crypt, or are you guys more the Final Fantasy group?
I haven't even played Final Fantasy.
No, I'm not talking playing it. I'm talking
TV shows, boy.
The movies and the shows.
No.
What are you watching? What are you kids watching? We're watching a lot of anime.
Eh,
Well, what is your show? Do you have a go-to show, or is it just?
Dragon Ball.
yes.
I know you like Dragon Ball.
If it's not wrestling or Dragon Ball, then
Yeah, I'm a big wrestling fan.
Okay, fair enough.
His toys right now are AEW. He's collecting the AEW guys with my brother.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Supporter of
Jeez.
the guys that are trying to break down the establishment. Go, of
They're
course.
pulling him away from WWE.
Well,
And
Vinny,
going back-
Vinny may have done that himself, torn WWE apart
yes.
Yeah.
with his little.
This latest scandal is pretty huge.
uh, 4 different.
What does he
four
do? He goes live every week. He goes on the fucking show.
Four
Like, here
different
I am.
employees-
I ain't scared.
Yep, 4 different former employees and $12 million.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm like, that's a lot of hush money right there.
No shit.
You know, he's
That's
doing
like toilet paper money for him, though. He's loaded.
Oh yeah.
well, at least until Linda gets a hold of him.
Right?
Am I right in saying though that this isn't it's sleazy, but I don't think he's paid people off that it's been non-consensual. I believe these are women
Yeah.
that he was having consensual affairs with.
Yeah.
Actually,
They said that too.
Tell stories.
One was sexual harassment.
Oh
There's
shit! Okay.
Yeah, there's a
Bobcat
female
Goldplate.
referee. There's a female referee that is going after him.
Really?
Because of harassment. And there's another female wrestler who
Female
says
referee,
that she was goaded into and basically felt like she was forced into some type of
Surgery?
a relationship. No.
Okay.
Some type of relationship
Surgery.
with them.
I know that was the big push in the 90s in WWE.
Right.
They pay for the breast
They
surgery.
want them to all have boob jobs.
They
Yeah.
pushed them into doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one apparently refused, and then as a result got let go.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
So yeah, so
Shit. I think it's probably time for him to go then, isn't it?
Right.
yeah, I don't think he'll be back. If he is, I'll be very, very, very surprised.
Yeah.
And he better thank
Yeah.
the lucky stars that he's got the best damn lawyers in the
Mhm.
world. Of course, and if he does
I'm
that,
sure he has.
if he does that, Cosby will be going, "Oh, why didn't I have them?"
Yeah. It's
So.
it's a shocker, man. It really is. But it's sad times, man. I mean, this is the thing is, I mean, as much as we look back at our times favorably, there was definitely some sketchy shit going on, that was just kind of seen as the norm at the time. And it's sad times, man.
Hey,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
CJ, you said Pokemon cards were a big thing. What about Magic the Gathering?
My uncle has some of those. I also have Yu-Gi-Oh. That's another big thing.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I remember that one.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I got into the tail end of that. That was like late though.
Yeah.
I was a little older. I was like 21, 22.
Some of those
21.
Pokemon cards, though, holy.
Fabulous Moolah used to pimp out the women in her day. Yeah, she had a brothel in the backstage. She really did.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was kind of scummy, wasn't she, Moolah?
Nice, right?
Sorry, Rick.
There was a complaint about the they named a tournament after her, I think, and that's when a lot of this came out. It was the Fabulous Moolah Championship or tournament, and a lot of the female wrestlers went, "Hold on," and that's when her kind of story came out about what she was really doing to those girls, and it's it's bad, man.
Corn Pop, if you have a 90s Charizard, I think it is, and it's graded like
Not even some of the
we're
newer
talking
cards.
thousands of dollars.
Even some of the newer
for
cards,
Pokemon
like
cards.
Logan Paul has a card that's worth $5 million.
Wow, okay,
He wore-
that's insane.
he-
For a card,
he-
get out of here with
He
that.
wore it out to
Logan
WrestleMania.
Paul.
That's the
And I'm
card
going
he
to talk
wore.
on Logan Paul. He's not a boxer. He's not a
Yeah.
boxer. He's a YouTuber. He needs to stay YouTubing.
Yeah, he's-
Sorry, bud. I know you like Logan Paul and the
No,
the pretend fights and
I don't like
all
Logan
that, but
I
what
don't like Logan Paul.
you like
Yeah,
that you watch that Logan Paul fight.
Yeah, I watched the fight because I wanted to see
But
Mayweather.
you were like all excited.
Yeah, because I thought he was gonna get dropped by Mayweather.
Oh,
Wait a
man.
minute. Wait a minute. I gotta.
Isn't he?
I
He's
gotta
signed
check
a
something
contract
here.
to be a wrestler now, hasn't he?
He's going to wrestle the Miz.
Okay.
Okay.
No, he's not. He's not still here. I was to say somebody, if he was still in here, and he may be lurking, he's
that?
going to go absolutely ballistic when I say this. But since you brought Logan Paul up, one of the funniest ones I ever watched was the Patty Mayo episode where he
Google him,
goes
devilish.
into Logan Paul's house to arrest him, and they go running all over the
Oh,
damn
corn
place,
pop, you're
inside
sitting
and
on a gold
outside.
mine, bud.
Yeah. Didn't Patty Mayo do videos with him after that too?
Oh, he's still doing them. That's how
Yeah.
he's making it.
Patty Mayo, that's that fake bounty hunter guy, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Hey, but he's making money doing it. Give
He's-
him
Oh,
credit.
hell yeah.
He's
He's
yeah.
making bank.
Give him credit. He's,
That's
you know,
all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So and
See,
some of them are actually kind of funny to watch.
I want to say, I had to drop out there for a sec, but back to the topic of shit they can do, stuff that they could put out back then and versus stuff they can put out now.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Married with Children. I thought
Yes,
Al Bundy
Married with
was like
Mhm.
the bee's knees. He was awesome. They were gonna do a remake with the grandkids or something, but instead they've opted to do a cartoon. So
Okay.
it's because of changes in sensitive people, because they can do a lot more with cartoons. There's some messed up cartoons late night.
Yeah,
if you,
there
if you,
Yeah,
oh
yeah,
man,
Family
you got
Guy.
Netflix, Family Guy's got dark now too. Paradise PD is another one. That one's just
No,
I
that
mean, it's
one's
funny.
Messed,
messed up. Don't
yeah,
yeah.
messed up. That's no.
If-
See,
If you're
here's
into
the
weird
funny
shit.
thing. Here's the funny thing, and this really kind of. Thank you for jumping back.
What's
into
up,
this,
Wicked?
Chris,
No
is,
problem.
You know, we have become such a
Rick and Morty's
society
the shit.
that's
I love
so
Rick and Morty.
afraid of offending someone or pissing someone off. Sometimes
Right.
you talk about things like movies that can't be made. All right, here's the thing. A lot of those movies had a moral to them. You know,
Right.
if you remember, there
They
were a
were
lot of
telling a
TV
story.
shows. There were a lot of TV shows, you know, especially kids shows on Saturday mornings, you know, where at the end there's like, okay, kids, and there's a moral to this, and this is what the moral was. I'll give you one. Everybody, the quintessential one, everybody's going to go, you could never do it again because of the way Blazing Saddles. Obviously, there's no way on this God's green earth you could
No,
remake
you
that
couldn't.
movie today
Nope.
because, yeah, there would be a riot.
Oh, man.
It was hysterical in its time. You could tell jokes. You know, it wasn't just a racial thing. It was, you know,
Yeah.
hey, they
It was-
picked
it was
on
being
it. They
funny.
picked on us country folk too.
Yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, so that's one. But I'll give you a perfect example, and a lot of people won't remember this. The movie Soul Man
Yeah, I remember Soul Man.
was where C. Thomas
See
Howell.
Thomas Howell.
Yep, took because he wanted to get into Harvard, and
was a scholarship, wasn't it, he needed?
there was a scholarship that he needed to get, and the only way he could get it was if he went in as an African American man. So
Mhm.
he took these tanning pills, overtook them, you know, and did that. But there was a couple of morals in that movie at the end, which is, you know, sometimes you have to learn what's better and what's more important to you, you know, to do. Is it more important to chase your original dream regardless of what it costs,
Mhm.
or as you go along and you develop, you know, these relationships and other things, you know, is it more important to realize these other people and to you know, keep the relationships going? You know, you had that with Joanna Man, where there's a guy who pretends to be a woman. You know, what was a newer one? I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
And I pronounce you, Chuck and Larry. I
Where
love
it's
that
a,
movie.
yeah, where
Sorry.
it's a couple of guys, or what was, oh, here's one absolutely ridiculous. Arnold Palmer, Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie Junior, where it's a guy who becomes
That had a
pregnant,
baby.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that nowadays because, you know,
Mhm.
we have that one gender reversal where the lady kept her female parts and actually became the first pregnant male to give birth. You know,
But
all this stuff. It's terrible. What the
I think,
way we've gotten in society with stuff. You know.
I think a lot of
Absolutely.
cases of this though are the people that are offended by it are not the people that we think are offended by it. I think a lot of this is people getting offended on somebody else's behalf. which I think is also quite insulting as well. They're like, I think someone might find this offensive, therefore it's like, whoa, hold on. Because there was a famous one over here. I mean, they tried to change the name of Christmas celebrations over here to Winterval. Winterval.
We do Happy Holidays over here instead of Merry Christmas.
So and there was this belief that it was being done because of people with different religious beliefs, and they said, well, no one asked us. It's like we didn't ask them to do this. We didn't say to them, can you? No one said it's your Christmas is your thing. You have Christmas. We're like, we ain't changed the name of ours. No one came to us, so please don't think this came from us because it didn't. So a lot of the time, I think people are just preempting offence. And that's where some of this comes from, without actually asking the people that you think maybe would be offended.
Well, and some of it too is defending your own cultures. And this is I hate to go this far into it, but we're there. I have to. You look back at and these are not going to be popular things, but you look back at Desert Storm and Desert Shield. Mm-hmm. We had females in the military that went over, and we were expected, and we do it now, not just because of the military thing, but, anywhere that we go, we're asked as Americans to respect the cultures of the countries that we go to. We're expected to learn about those cultures and respect those cultures. Well, 200 and some odd years ago, sorry, Scott, we broke away from the motherland, and formed our own cultures here in the U.S. But now, because we're worried that people will get offended, we're sacrificing our own culture and our own practices just so that we don't offend somebody. And somewhere that's got to stop.
Well, it will. I think the tide has pretty much turned on that one, because we're now getting to a point where we're bordering on book burning in a lot of cases, where it's a case of, if you don't like it, that's okay. You should like the fact that you're in all of us should be happy about the fact that we live in countries where it's okay to be offended by something, and you have the right to say, I don't like this offends me, but come to peace with it. You can state why it offends you, but you can't expect the whole world to go, okay, then we'll get rid of it because you don't like it.
This is how they're bringing the kids up.
Like that. Otherwise, we end up with a very bland society. There was a book written years ago by Kurt Vonnegut called Harrison Berger on the Handicapper General. I don't know if you've ever read it. It's a short story, but it's basically, it's in the future where everything has to be equal. Literally everything has to be equal. So if you're under a certain weight, you have to wear weights, so we all weigh the same. Everybody has to wear glasses, your eyesight's the same, so nobody is better than anyone else. But then when it comes to TV and programming, they just put bland things on television, because if it makes one person laugh and not somebody else, that's seen as discrimination. Because you made it for this guy, but this guy didn't find it. So it all has to be,
Rick wants to talk about toys.
All right, Rick. All right.
Back to toys.
No,
so anyway.
All right. Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Do you know I had that fucking airship from G.I. Joe? The big 6-foot thing. I had that in the box.
Damn.
And my youngest brother opened it up. Tore it up. Lost all. Oh, fuck. I was mad. Back in the 90s, he did it. He was just like 3 or something. But yeah, I was pissed off. I had that. I had the whole thing. It was awesome. I think I played with it once.
My big thing when I was a kid was Masters of the Universe. That was my jam.
I remember.
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
By the power of Grayskull.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch the new stuff? They fucked it up.
I hated it.
It's stupid. There's a new She-Ra now. She's someone else.
And Doris is right. Yeah, we had sex ed and home ec in school.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I am not ashamed to admit I stitched a Gilligan hat in home ec.
I hope you like the phone I sent. I did not get a phone, Randy. I'm so confused.
He said photo.
Oh, photo.
Yeah.
It says phone.
Masters of the Universe, for me, the marketing just really worked on me. I can remember I was little. I would have been maybe
photo. Got you, buddy.
4 or 5 years old. I remember being in the city center with my mum. She took me shopping, and the toy company Mattel, I don't know how, but had just taken over the toy department we had like a large department store over there called Debenhams, which would be kind of like a Macy's over there.
Mm-hmm.
And they just set up camp in this toy department. You couldn't see any other toys. All that was in there was Masters of the Universe shit everywhere, right? So they had a guy dressed as He-Man, I didn't no idea what it was at this point. The cartoon show hasn't been on, nothing. But I'm looking at all this stuff, and they had it all out. So they had the castles out, the action figures. I'm thinking,
Yep.
I need all of this. that was my first. I need all of it. And that was my thing, man. So it was a big deal. And I didn't watch the show. I mean, this is the strangest thing. I didn't watch the show a lot. I mean, I watched it, but it wasn't like it was one a week. I mean, it's different now. Kids can just jam an entire season, but we got one episode a week. That was it. So it was like, I think it was on like Wednesday afternoon after school. And then that was your lot.
Yeah.
So I read a lot of the books, and I had like a sticker album and shit like that. But I mean, those action figures, man, I was obsessed with those, and I had a bunch. And
Thunder.
It's that weird thing now where I've looked at rebuying them all. And
there's a man that can appreciate
of going back and hunting down every single Master Universe figure, but I don't know where I'm going to put them, man. And then I've seen what the prices are on them. And I'm like, oh shit! It's and that's a relatively new thing for our generation as well, because I don't believe our parents did this. And I think what lends into it is toys have become a much bigger deal around about our childhood. There were a lot more companies that were banging out all these things. And
Well, it was completely different. I'll take you a step farther back, in that the big thing with us was comic books.
Comic books were huge.
We had X-Men. X-Men was the shit back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, and the guy that made the biggest impact on me was Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
In that group. But
He-Man was on every day, Monday to Friday.
You also had Batman. There's another one, and I can never remember what it was. It was a Japanese one. And Scott, you might be able to fill in the blank. It was a Japanese anime that they had, where they had a battleship flying through space.
Battle of Planets.
I don't think that was it. They had a main cannon. They had a main cannon that every once in a while, you know, like every other episode, they'd shoot the main cannon out. There was like this huge pulse, but they had rotating gun mounts on it that would fire all over the place, and they would forever. It was kind of like a cross between Ultraman and
that's cool, Rick.
Battlestar Galactica, but
that is fucking cool.
I cannot remember what the hell the name of it was.
Was it a cartoon series?
It was.
Oh shit!
The only one I can remember. I can remember there was one that was definitely an anime thing, but they redubbed it for Western audiences called Battle of the Planets. And there was like kids that had the different visors and whatnot. I remember that.
Yes, I don't think it was Battle of the Planets.
I remember there was one that was like puppets called Starfleet,
Thunder,
which again was quite a Japanese kind of looking thing. But all of they all had different ships that would bolt together and make a giant robot. It was like a precursor of Power Rangers. But no, I don't remember there was one called Ulysses. I don't know if that was it. I can remember that as well. There was a cartoon called Ulysses with.
Did you say?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Rick has the Uncanny X-Men
number one.
That's
fucking insane.
Holy shit!
That is insane.
I've got that.
And Trippy down in the chat there. That's a man that can appreciate 80s and 90s toys and nostalgia. His set is full of it. Like on his channel, his set has got all kinds of like Ninja Turtles and different things going on. It's really cool. Star Blazers, never heard of that one. Thunderbirds, I have. Thundercats are awesome. I wish they'd do something with the Thundercats.
I got bought this a couple of years ago. I got my
oh shit!
That lives on my desk.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
The Thundercats, man, I'd like to see them do something with Thundercats. I'd like to see a movie of Thundercats or something. They did attempt to reboot, and it kind of sucked. And there's a reboot at the moment that's terrible called Thundercats Go, which is just really bad.
Just lame.
Yeah.
I just got a Batmobile 1995. Nice. Okay, that's cool.
How about
cool, man.
All right. It wasn't necessarily a cartoon, but how about the Banana Splits?
Banana Splits.
Do you know what, right? Funny enough, I watched a movie about 6 months ago called The Banana Splits, which is a
Oh, no
horror
way.
movie. It's a horror movie about the Banana Splits. It came out about a year ago.
No way.
Oh
Swear to
shit!
God. And it's licensed, so it's Hanna-Barbera have licensed it, but it's a horror movie about the Banana Splits. And
I've
it's
seen
about
that.
a family that yeah, it's messed up, man.
Yes.
It's kind of like I think it's cashing on the whole Five Nights at Freddy's thing at the moment.
Yeah.
Because it's got that kind of
Oh,
vibe going
shit.
on with it.
Mm.
But yeah, they've just done the
That's
same thing
crazy.
with Winnie the Pooh as well. So
Mhm.
there's a
Oh.
Winnie the Pooh horror movie that's just been released.
Yes.
How about Inspector Gadget?
Oh, Inspector Gadget.
I remember that.
See those as well. That they had action figures, but they didn't. I think France was where they sold more than anything. So they're worth a mint. If you've got any Inspector Gadget action figures, they are worth disgusting money.
Really?
Like crazy
Wow.
money. Yeah,
Okay.
really. Because
Okay.
they
Oh,
weren't
shit.
really. They didn't really, take off.
Doris Spaceball was awesome.
Any
Oh,
of those.
man.
Baseball.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
The Squirts is as
That's a
big as
great
mine.
movie.
I loved.
They
Yeah,
should've
that was
did a
that was
sequel.
awesome. That was.
See, that was one
Mel
movie that
Brooks' best.
needed a sequel. There's
Yeah.
some movies that don't, but
But here's the thing: could you do that movie today?
I don't
No.
think so.
I don't think you could.
There's a lot
Really?
of things. It'd be too different.
I don't think you
Astro
could.
Boy
I
was
don't
good.
think you could. I think there's enough kind of innuendo and things like that in it that no way. I don't think you could get
Okay,
away
so
with it now.
you think? Well, I know they might have.
Dark Helmet.
Look, it's Mega Maid. She's gone from suck to blow. That's,
Yeah,
I
yeah, all of
Mega
that. And
Maid.
yeah, I don't think you could get away with it. I think it's crazy the times we live in, but I don't think you could. I don't think you could get made
Captain
today.
Planet.
that's
Our
sad.
powers combined.
Yep.
I am
I don't-
Captain Planet.
I don't think Mel Brooks could make a movie. Put it that way. That's kind of. I think that's pretty much where we
Yeah.
are. I don't think Mel Brooks could make a movie.
Well, it's funny because look at let's take a look at two iconic ones: Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Love horror movies. I love horror movies. these days.
Anybody care for the remake on it? I thought it sucked. It was different.
Yeah, it was different.
Yeah.
That's what I remember about the Total Recall. That they put a load of lens flare in it, so every scene,
Right.
you're like,
Yeah,
"Hey, what's happening with this?" And yeah, that wasn't good.
that was one. And the other one, I'm sorry, is RoboCop.
That was the worst remake they ever put out. Piece of crap.
They
No,
killed RoboCop doing
they
that.
put and that was my favorite dude when I was a kid.
Do you know what? The one
RoboCop
thing I
was the
will say
shit.
for RoboCop, though, the one criticism that remake got more than anything was that they'd made it, I think it was PG-13 or something, or PG. So they'd sort of downplayed the kind of violence of the first movie. But they'd already been doing that for years. They did that in our generation. So each of those
Yeah.
movies got softer as they went on, to the point where it
Yeah.
ended up with a cartoon show. I mean,
Yeah.
you wouldn't believe that. If you'd only ever seen the movie, you'd think there's no way they're going to turn this into a cartoon. But it
Right.
did. It became a cartoon
Yeah.
show.
RoboCop was violent as
Because that's
fuck.
a seriously
Yeah.
violent movie.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Well, what was the other one? There's a scene in a movie called Chud. You remember the movie Chud?
Yeah.
There's a scene in the movie Chud where the one guy gets doused in nuclear radioactive waste and ends up all kinds of messed up, going trying to go across the road, and they hit him with a car, and
They did that
it's
in
just like,
RoboCop.
was it RoboCop
Just
that
Chud.
happened in? Okay, yeah.
RoboCop, yeah, the guy
Yeah.
gets tucked away from RoboCop.
Yeah.
With RoboCop as well, we were saying earlier about the caps. I remember the RoboCop action figures. You
Yeah.
could put caps in the back of him, and
Yep.
you pulled the button, and it would.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I had that one.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Cool toys, man. Cool
Yeah,
toys.
yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
fuck, they ain't got that shit nowadays.
Yep.
Unless it's
No,
online.
I mean, theoretically, you could start a fire with that. I mean, that was
Yeah,
the version
true.
of.
True.
I remember being bought. I can't remember what it was. It was some failed toy line because I've never seen these around. I'm sure someone knows what they were. But
Yeah.
I remember being bought an action figure by like an auntie who knew I liked He-Man and assumed it was He-Man. It wasn't. But they had flints inside them, so you could flick the back like a lighter, and they
Wesley
had like
Snipes.
a clear panel, and you'd see it like flash up inside them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I remember that. I
There
remember
was
that.
another one where there was a trigger. You could click on
Yes.
the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, There
Oh, there you
were.
go. There you go, Skinner.
Wait a minute. Flash Gordon, the movie Flash Gordon, when that came out,
Flash.
they did a line of ray guns where you could do that. You'd squeeze the trigger, and the more you squeeze the trigger, the faster it'd spin, and the more sparks you got out of the chambers on the sides. Yeah.
No way could you sell
Yeah,
it to kids
Spitfire. Spitfire. Power Rangers was a Japanese show. They just dubbed the first series.
Yeah, they did.
Like the first season was all dubbed, just
Power
Japanese
Rangers was a good
content.
one.
And then they picked it up.
How about the gummy bears?
That was a bad.
Oh, the Gummy Bears. Oh shit! Let's talk Fraggle Rock. They're bringing Fraggle Rock back. So let's see what they do that.
I saw someone put in the chat about talking to toys at night. It depends what it is. Do you remember the living nightmare that was Teddy Ruxpin?
Oh yes.
Oh,
that dog was creepy.
Jesus, that thing was expensive as well, man. If they released that today, I'm sure that thing's about $100 when it came out in the 80s. So it'd be about $500 now.
Oh yeah. What's up, Derek?
A tape recorder, wasn't it? There was a tape player in the back of a teddy bear that made that thing was creepy, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it was creepy as hell. And the one tape that you play it backwards.
I think that one was even creepier than Chucky.
Yeah.
Because Chucky, you knew what Chucky was going to be at the beginning.
Wasn't Chucky based on a doll of the 80s?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a doll called My Buddy.
Yeah.
My Buddy?
Yeah.
My Buddy,
Yeah, there was a thing that was like a Playmate, and I'm sure that's what it was based on, My Buddy, because that thing was fucking devilish looking. But it's like, I mean, I don't know if you know this or not. Again, this links to horror movies and also what we're talking about now. The movie The Conjuring with the doll Annabelle in it, and they made those movies, the Annabelle movies, about the demonic doll. The actual Annabelle doesn't look like the one in the movies. So in the movies, it's like this porcelain doll. It was a Raggedy Ann doll. Do you remember those when they were around? That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
So you could see the original Annabelle, and it was in their Museum of the Occult, and it was all locked up in it. But it's just a Raggedy Ann doll. It doesn't look like that weird kind of porcelain doll. But I remember every little girl having one of those when I was younger.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And there was a boy. There was a Raggedy Andy as well. I think there was a Raggedy Ann.
Sure,
Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy, and Raggedy Andy was in coveralls like Farmer.
Yeah.
Like Farmer. Yep.
CJ will tell you, Chucky and Annabelle are his favorite toys. He loves those dolls. Don't you, son? Are you still there, son?
He ain't talking to you.
I just put my headset on. I stepped back.
Yeah, I was just telling the gang that Chucky and Annabelle are your favorite toys.
Dad, if you ever get a Chucky doll, I'm punting that thing. I promise you. I will punt
Hi, I'm
it
Chucky.
So
you want to
hard.
play? You want to play?
I'm your friend at the end.
No, I don't know if you
saw the remake, but I quite like the remake.
Normally,
I'm dead against them, but I thought it was quite a clever idea that rather than being possessed by the devil,
anything Mark Hamill touches is awesome.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good idea.
Shit.
It was a way to sort of drag it in. If you're going to remake something, remake it. You know what I mean? Don't just rip it off.
Do it different. Yep.
Yeah.
Look who decided to join us. Mr. Derek.
Hey.
What's going on, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What's happening? We're talking toys, man. How you been?
I'm good. I'm
good.
good.
Love the new name, man. Love it. Dark Shadows, man.
Thanks. I can't take all the credit, though. Laura Lee and Raves helped me with it.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Cool beans.
Check out the Overnight channel. They have the original Annabelle doll at the museum, and they have it placed in the old case because the new case needs to be fixed. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check that out.
It's just a Raggedy Ann. It's not in the movies it's that horrible kind of porcelain looking thing, but it's just a fairly
Raggedy
Ann doll. Yeah.
Shit.
And then you've got one of the pivotal ones that you either love or you hate. There ain't any in between. Is the Transformers.
Son?
Yeah.
How can you hate the Transformers, really?
Dude, it's a thing. There are people out there that think it is one of the worst series of films that they've put out.
The original.
It's like hating Thundercats. I used to love the Thundercats.
Thundercats are awesome.
Yep. Or the Wonder Twins.
Thundercats.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll say for the Transformers movies, and this might split the room somewhat. My favorite one was actually the Bumblebee movie. I really enjoyed the Bumblebee movie. I thought it was great.
With John Cena?
Yeah, I took the kid to see it, and I think what I liked about it is my main criticism of the Transformers movies is the action sequences in them are too hectic. A lot of the time, you can't really see what's happening. You just this mess of crap on the screen, and you're like, "Who's hitting who?" Whereas Bumblebee, I think, because it reduced it, so there were 3 Transformers, and there's Bumblebee, and there's the 2 that are after him. That's it. Yep. So it kind of calms it down. So when they kind of throw hands, you're seeing what's happening. I enjoyed it. I thought Bumblebee was really good.
Right.
I was expecting nothing from it.
When they did that one where the humans were making the Transformers too, they figured out the metal. That really got confusing because there was like 20 of them, and they were like copies.
What was the one we were talking about? Damn it.
Jason Does Dallas?
Yeah, you wish.
You'd like that, Derek. Check out these channels, guys.
No, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was my jam.
Who was it we were talking about? There was somebody we were talking with where they completely changed it. Scott, was that you?
Oh yeah, the Hero Turtles.
Yeah, the Hero Turtles. Yeah,
Turtles.
Yeah, in the UK when it was launched over here,
Jason
Ninja
X
was seen as too violent by the BBC, which is the British broadcast. Yeah, so they said Ninja was too violent, so it wasn't going to happen. So they had to change the name. So over here,
Hero Turtles.
When it was broadcast, it was the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. But they didn't just change the. I mean, they changed everything. So it had its own theme song. If you YouTube it, you'll find it. You'll find Teenage Mutant Hero Turtle theme song, and it's exactly the same. They just shoehorned the word hero. When we found out that Ninja Turtle was a thing, was when the video game came out over here. So the video game arrived in the arcades, and it played the theme song, and we're like, "What, Ninja?" And it was like, "Shit, they're lying to us." And it was at that point we're like, "Okay." They also cut out the nunchucks. Any scene with Michelangelo was cut out because nunchucks are illegal in the UK.
That's bullshit. I would never have liked that new thing.
Without the nunchucks?
I never would have liked the new one.
Gotta have Michelangelo, right?
Mm-hmm. So he's cut out of every single scene. So it was messed up. But yes, but now it's Ninja. So my kids started watching it years back, and it's just Ninja Turtle now. I think they've just accepted the fact that we ain't buying into the Hero Turtle shit. So
no shit.
It's Ninja Turtle.
Okay, I got one for you. Here.
What's up?
If we're talking about cartoons and the movies, and then I'm reading the chat, and some of them are speaking of games, because let's face it, some of those cartoons that were made into movies ended up being made into games later on. So, what about Super Mario Brothers? Game, and then a movie.
Yeah. And that's the thing is starting in the 80s is when we started shifting from board games and box games and things like that into the video games.
Now, did you guys think the
Super Mario movie was bad? Like the 90s one was bad. That's known in history.
You don't think you didn't like it?
No, not the original one. It was bad.
I've got this thing. I'm gonna see if you can hear this or not. This is gonna hit your ears weird.
I thought the movie was pretty fucking cool.
Oh my god. That's just weird. Oh, that's crazy.
There you go.
That just fucked weird, up right? That just fucked up my memory.
I was gonna say, it wasn't Heroes in a half shell, it was Turtles in a half shell.
Right.
I kind of like the Super Mario Brother movie with John.
That was so bad.
With John Leguizamo and
yeah, he was coming off the heels of Tu Wong Fu. That didn't really help me either.
No.
I watched an interview with him, and he said that him and Bob Hoskins just got drunk. They said the whole time they were on that movie, they just got drunk. They said it was a husband and wife director that directed it, and they were going through a divorce at the time. So they spent the whole film of it just arguing with each other. So a lot of the shit that found its way into the movie was over a disagreement. So it was sort of going, right, well, now I'm doing this. And they just fucked the film up. So Bob Hoskins and him just like, fuck this. And they just drank for like the 3 months they were making it. They're like, we know this is going to be shit. So they refused to do any kind of press for it. And they're like, we know this is bad. We know it's bad, but we're in it now.
What did you guys think of the movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Which one?
The
Some
one
were
with
bad, some were good.
The one with Elias Koteas where he plays Casey Jones, the '90s one.
The first one and the second one were good. The third one was a shit show. It was horrible.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the second one, and I think
I'm
the reason why I
talking
didn't like
about
the second one was
I'm talking about the movie where Splinter goes through the story of how
Thank you, Deb. I agree.
I like the first one. I was all in for the first one. The second one I kind of hated because everyone thought we were getting Bebop and Rocksteady, and instead we got Tokka, Raza, and Vanilla Ice.
Finally, they did it right.
Yeah. And then the third one, there was just a shit show where they go to Japan. That was just bad. But then I like the one as well. They did one that kind of really didn't do much. They did a CGI one that came out in 2006.
TMNT.
I think. That was good. I liked
that wasn't bad.
That was good. And then the latest ones they did as well. I didn't hate them. My only criticism of them was the turtles were like fucking linebackers. Like, how big are these turtles?
Yeah, they were fucking huge. Raphael was a beast, man. Teenage Mutant bodybuilders.
They're meant to be ninjas. They're meant to be like lithe, and it's like, Jesus, the size of this son of a bitch. And
he's like 8 feet tall.
In another month, I'm thinking of
Larly.
In another month, I'm gonna buy Nintendo, but there's 2 games that I want to buy for it. Is Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
All right, games. They're all right games. Nightmare on Elm Street will drive you nuts. You're fucked unless you're Freddy.
There's a game that's just about to be released that my kids want for the it's coming on everything. You can go on Xbox, Switch, whatever. But it's called the Cowabunga Collection, and it's every single Ninja Turtles game that's been released to date. So it's got the original NES version, the arcade version, everything. Nice. And it's really nice. All on one disc.
I'm also in the process of buying a PS4, and I'm gonna say bye to my fucking 360 and just stick with the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
CJ, you on headset?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so we're gonna just take a second and put up the StreamYard tool so that we can start collecting hashtags. Scott, what do you want the hashtag to be for the giveaway? You can pick anything. Hashtag toys, hashtag whatever. Hashtag Scott's the man.
Hashtag toys, I think.
Hashtag Devil's Lair. Let's go. Whatever works. Hashtag what?
Hashtag toys. Let's go with that. Let's go with hashtag
there
toys.
You go. Son, hashtag toys for the model giveaway from Scott. And then we'll get back into discussion. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Dude, go for it.
Okay. So, if you are tonight's lucky winner, you can choose one of 4 prizes. I didn't show all 4. I only showed 3. I build models over on my channel, and if you've ever thought about doing it, I've got part 1 of a bunch of these models, so you can have a try of these. And I've got the first one I've got is Ecto 1, so you can win part 1 of the Ecto 1. This comes with the screwdriver and everything you need to build it. This is the hood, the grill. You get the Ecto 1 license plate. It's a gorgeous thing.
Fuck, that's awesome.
You can
don't know how bad I won in this giveaway, guys.
Issue 1 of the Disney Dolls house. Now this is to build the entire dolls. This thing is huge as well. This is a wooden kit. This comes with everything you need to build the front doors. Comes with the glue and everything you need to do that. It comes with Mickey Mouse's armchair. It's a gorgeous thing. It really is. It's a nice kit. Or if you want to go historical and a bit big, we've got issue 1 of the Titanic. So all of these come with the magazines. This comes with a forecastle, so you can make the front of the Titanic where just there is where Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet would have been flying. It comes with a gorgeous magazine that tells you all about the Titanic. If
awesome.
None of those grab you, I have got one other, which I didn't show the first time round. I have got issue 8 of the Disney Dolls house. Now, what this one does is it makes a replica of the piano from the Aristocats. So you can make the whole piano from the Aristocats if you'd like that one. So if you are tonight's lucky winner, you can choose one of those, and I will send it out to you.
I messed that up. Does it have to be big, son? Hang on. Does it have to be like that? Or could we shrink that down?
What do you mean?
Can we put it in a different layout? No, that's not going to do it.
I already submitted my entry.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure it out. Is it that one? No, it's not. It's going to have to be that one. That's gonna have to be that one. Hashtag toys. I wish there's a way to make it smaller. That's okay. Here we
The cool
are.
thing I have to say about these prizes as well is even if it doesn't grab you, if you're thinking I don't want to build it, these are all sold out now. So these are going for stupid money on eBay.
I want to win.
Particularly this
shit.
one, you just can't get this anymore. This is gone.
Please, Lord, I want to win.
You guys are missing out.
This one hasn't
Share
been
this
launched.
out.
This one hasn't been launched in America yet. This is a year away from being launched in America, so you can get early doors on this one. And regards to Titanic, you can't get that either. The only way you can get the Titanic is to buy a subscription for like 10 parts.
I'm gonna drop
This
it down.
one gives you a little taste of it. See if this is something you might want to do.
That's cool. That's cool.
I'm just praying to God that I win something on these fucking shows.
Tarek. Yeah, it's still up there, guys. We're just gonna leave it in the background. Hashtag toys. We'll bring it back up later.
Dibs
You
on
can
the
win.
Ghostbuster. Dibs on the Ghostbuster Ecto 1, motherfuckers.
Shout out to our buddy there, Scott, Building with the Boys, for sponsoring that giveaway for you guys.
It's
We'll
a
do that in a little
celebration.
bit.
I hit my 500 subscribers
Nice.
this week, so it's a celebration of
That's
that. So
awesome.
when I get
Congrats,
750, we'll run the same contest again, and we'll have the remaining 3 prizes, and we can give one of those away.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay,
I only got 218 subs.
that's all right, bud. You
You're
get there.
You're getting
Don't
there.
even worry about it. It's just a number, man. Don't even worry about
Dude,
it.
I had like 43 subscribers for a year. That was
Good
it, man.
afternoon,
That's
Diva.
all I had. So,
I passed 69, so at least I'm doing better than Jason. He couldn't ever get past 69.
This guy. How are you, Diva? What's good? We're talking toys. We have a giveaway, sweet ass giveaway today, guys. You can't. Yeah, I can't even with that. Mighty kind.
I become a panel whore. I don't like how I become. I'm not even charging for my I'm not even charging anyone for my services.
Oh shit! Is that at a premium or what?
You get
This
what
guy.
you get.
I guess. I don't know. Did you guys collect the wrestlers? We
Yes.
had all the wrestlers. We don't have them anymore.
I had the,
We had the
I can't remember the name of the company. Was it LJN or something like that?
Yeah,
It wasn't
yeah.
the very
I did.
early ones. It was the ones that had the feature. They were great, but shit at the same time because they had no articulation
Yeah.
at all. So you
Right?
couldn't bend their legs. So you couldn't do any of the signature moves the wrestlers actually did. They'd be really like I remember Rick Rude was in this pose. You could do nothing with him. Right? There was like literally there was nothing you could do with
Right?
that Rick Rude figure. It was like
Was that the big rubber ones?
no, these were I think they were about 4 or 5 inches. And they all had a feature. So there was I remember Roddy Piper, you could wind his arm up and he'd do like this punch, and there was an Ultimate Warrior,
Oh,
you pulled
shit.
it back down, he'd jump. And yeah, they were
That's
They
all
were-
they could do.
yeah. So the problem was they didn't their legs wouldn't bend. So there was no
Yeah.
kind of you weren't pile driving anyone or doing a powerbomb. They were just these static figures. You're like, fucking hell. So yeah, they weren't great for wrestling.
That's cool
But
stuff.
I had a lot of those, man, a hell of a lot.
Devilish,
Hey, what the
Devilish, nobody has to pay me. I'm just joking.
He's just pulling your chain. Knock 'em, sock 'em. Rock 'em, sock 'em robots. That was cool. Also one they took down because they were violent. Everything's
Is that
violent.
right?
That's what they did here.
Damn.
I think I still have Rock 'em, sock 'em robots
There's a
somewhere.
new version of that at the moment that I saw in a toy store the other day where it's remote control robots with fists, but they have a balloon for a head. So you blow a balloon up and put it on it, and they punch, and you have to pop the other one's head.
It's
I
like
gotta-
the new dialed down version of Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah.
You know, I got one. Let's see. Watch the face of the old guys on the panel. Chris, get back on here.
Old guys, who you calling old?
You're there with the
He'll be right
gray,
back.
dude.
He'll be right
Oh.
back.
All right, who remembers the board game Dark Tower? Yeah, there's your D&D players.
And actually, okay, I was a kid in the 80s. It was still popular in the early to mid 80s, and then it kind of just faded
Died
out
out.
like everything else.
Yep.
But I got one better.
Okay,
Now I kind of I went through 5 of these before I finally got the gist of it. Dr.
Doctor Operation or Operation?
well, whatever, the operator, the one where you fucking couldn't touch the sides, or you just,
Yep,
that shit was just traumatic. You played like
now the
shit.
reason I went, Now the reason I went through 5 of them is because 2 of them I threw up against a wall. One and the others I took my dad's claw hammer to him.
Scott, forgive me for a moment. Derek, lad, you seem to have some anger issues. We need to get worked out for you.
No, it's a fucking game. Have you ever played that game?
Hell yeah.
Evil, man. My kids have got it now, and it's still an evil fucking game because there are certain ones, those bones, they ain't coming out, right? I think the Charlie horse particularly, right? It would go in, and every time that thing buzzed, the Charlie horse would just sort of move location inside where it was. You were never getting it out, and it's like it was evil, man.
Yeah, you had to do that one. You had to do that one first, and yeah, we played D&D live too. D&D, GURPS, Black Ops, which is not the Black Ops on your Xbox, CJ. Let's see. Trying to think.
Stakes and Ladders was a good game.
Stakes and Ladders. God, I remember that.
There's one that I used.
That didn't last very long.
I used to use a kid's board game from the 70s and 80s all the time to teach the principles of engineering, and that was Mousetrap.
Oh,
Mousetrap.
Wow.
It uses every single principle of engineering and physics you can imagine. It uses, and when it works beautifully, because you kind of see how everything changes from the tension at the beginning with the rubber band to the kicking to the weight distribution. It's incredible.
But I find, but as I got older, you guys, and I hate to cut you off, Scott, but as I got older, I was more into like Risk.
Yeah.
Risk, yeah.
Yep.
Just invade the world. It's there was some great ones out there. There was one, funnily enough, me and my kids were talking about the other day. I had when I want to say a teenager. It was called Atmosphere in England, but I think it was called Nightmare in America, and it was a game you played with a VCR tape. Did you ever play that? It was a horror game.
I remember there were a couple of them. I don't think I ever played any of them. Yeah, but I remember there were a couple of them.
It was a horror game. Over here it was called Atmosphere, but I think in other countries it was called Nightmare. And you put a tape in and you play along with it, and there was a guy on the screen who would just scream at you. He'd come out of nowhere and you're playing this thing in the dark. And he looked like kind of like a dungeon master. He'd pop up and scream and you jump at you. Man, I remember that thing used to scare the living shit out of us, but man, was it a game. It was so good. And then they did a load of add-ons. So they did a follow-up, which was a zombie, and then you could get a witch as well, and like a vampire, and it was hardcore, man. But funnily enough, I was talking to the kids because I've still got the game, but I don't own a VHS player. So I was like, okay, but we found someone that's uploaded it onto YouTube.
Oh wow!
So we can actually use it through YouTube to still play the game with them,
okay.
And that's a pretty cool thing. So we're planning on doing that. I have warned the children. It's going to traumatize the shit out of you when we play this, so you're going to need to brace yourself.
Yeah.
But it was it was a great one, man. But it's it was a good one. There was another one as well that we had over here called Ghost Castle, but I think it was called something else in America. I think it was called Witch, where the game itself was like an action game. So in England it was called Ghost Castle, and it looked like a haunted house, like a castle.
Okay.
And if you stepped on certain footsteps, you'd have to drop a skull into the top, and it would come out of one of the different areas and trigger a trap. So there was like an axe that would drop that would cut your head off, and it would roll down the stairs. It was awesome. I remember getting that one Christmas, and it was insane. But I think it was called Witch in America, but I might be completely wrong. Huh. But over here it was called Ghost Castle, and it was a hell of a game, man. But I just picked up a copy of it because they've re-released it. And I've been looking for it for years, and people that had kind of a good copy of it were charging, stupid money. We're talking like $100, $200 for a copy of it. But then they re-released it. I'm like, sweet. So it's slightly different, but the vibe's still there. And me and my kids played that, and they got a massive kick out of it. But it's a fun game, man. And some of those old board games I love, and I kind of wish some of those would come back, because there were some good ones, man.
They had one that was infuriating called Robo Rally.
I recognize. I remember the name, but I don't remember the game.
Basically, you had I think it was each box came with like 8 different 12-inch by 12-inch or 8-inch by 8-inch solid board squares, and you could lay them out however you wanted to lay them out. And each one had its own pitfalls and blocks and things that would kind of limit your movement on it.
Oh shit!
And you would get a robot, your little moving token, and a series of cards, and you would have to lay out your cards in a series so that you could move your robot. And the ultimate goal was to move around all these obstacles to get from point A to point Z in the game. And in the meantime, you could move up next to somebody and shoot them with a laser or drop something on them or
oh man, we're getting into board games now. That's what's up.
Hey, that was one thing,
Well,
now, remember the VHS board games?
Well, there's someone in chat that seems to think that I used to play Tiddlywinks. No,
Tiddlywinks is that the one with the jacks and the marble? No, that's not Tiddlywinks. What board game did you used to play, son? You wanted to play it all the time. I think it was Mousetrap. You wanted to play when he was a kid?
Yep.
I remember Ants in the Pants. I never played that game, but I had friends that had that stupid game.
Barrel of Monkeys, Doris. What? Yeah, I still have Barrel of Monkeys.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I've got Barrel of Monkeys somewhere.
How about
Derek was hardcore into Candyland. Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Hello Kitty.
Did you see how many different versions of Monopoly there are? He just got Dragon Ball Z Monopoly.
I've got I think we own about 8 or 9 versions of Monopoly. It's a weird thing. People keep buying for me. I've never said I collect Monopoly, but I've got a bunch of them. So I've got Simpsons Monopoly, Spider-Man Monopoly. We've got Walking Dead Monopoly.
I should send you. I'll send you Titanic Monopoly. I've seen that here.
You've got
Titanic
the game of life.
We got Hamilton on board, which is Monopoly about our city.
Clue never gets old.
Was there ever a game over there called Go for Broke? It might have been called something else over there, but the idea was you had to lose all your money.
Yeah, we had something like that.
You had a shit ton of money. You'd start off with like $1 million, and the idea was you had to lose it all. So you could gamble on the stock exchange, or you could bet on horses.
I was saying,
the idea was you pick the horse with the worst odds to lose your money, but you'd keep winning money. It was the most frustrating thing. Like you got to lose $1 million. You're like, how have I got $8 million? Only started with 1.
Right?
I'm trying to catch.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I got it Monopoly. Okay, that's crazy. Skinner, right? Pogs. Let me tell you a story about Pogs. Me and my friends used to get on my parents' porch, and we'd start playing Pogs, and you'd take your slammer and hit the Pog pile, and they'd fall over and whatever you kept. Well, anyways, we used to argue. Like my parents used to get so mad. Stop playing the Pogs. Yeah, Pogs were huge here. Only for like 6 months. And then there was asshole kids that would like take other kids' Pogs and throw them, be like, what'd they say? Free fall or something. I don't know. They're jerks. There's a lot of jerks.
That was the thing when I was at school, man. The worst shit that you could do to somebody was trading cards.
Scramble. Trading cards.
Yeah, when somebody would walk up behind some kid and just go bang, and then all the trading cards would just see hundreds of them sail through the air. And then all grace and decorum goes out the window. They just swarm that fucking pile.
Right?
If they hit the ground, they were free game. And
they were free game.
Yep.
What was that one game?
What about Trivial Pursuit?
Oh shit, yeah.
That's still.
See, I'm not real good at Trivial Pursuit. I'm not real good at it.
The most fucked up thing with Trivial Pursuit is if you're around someone's house and they say, let's play it, but they've got a copy from like 1983.
Right, and they know all the answers?
So it's also the questions in there. You're like, what? Like they're not true anymore. Or like I remember a buddy had one that was really old, and a question came up.
Shit.
And we were like, I don't know. And the answer was East Germany. And we're like, East Germany is not even a fucking thing anymore.
There's no East Germany. What are you talking about? Hawaiian Punch board game. Monopoly's awesome. Jacks was fun. Unless you stepped on them, that wasn't fun. Just like stepping on Legos. Stock Legos. My brother has. Oh Christ. 2 tubs of just Lego pieces.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
All right. Lincoln Logs.
Lincoln Logs.
I've heard of it, but I can't. What is it? It's a log. It's just a log.
It was wooden logs, and used to of different lengths and whatnot. And used to be able to build houses out of them, and
oh shit,
you could build roofs and whatnot. Another one, Tinker Toys.
Tinker Toys. Tinker Toys is good. Tinker Toys is good.
Was that little metal cars?
No, Tinker Toys was for my set it was all wooden, but they became plastic. It was discs that had a hole drilled through the middle and then holes around the sides. And
Star Wars Jumanji, that sounds fantastic.
Sticks of different lengths.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know it.
And you can build all kinds of stuff with it. So
Yeah. I've spent a disgusting amount of money on Lego. My kid's obsessed with it, and our house is just covered in it.
Okay,
so everywhere I go, I think the bathroom is the only room in the house that doesn't have Lego in it.
I gotta get my brother to show off some of his Lego.
That's the only place where it's safe to walk without shoes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna tell you what, you step on a Lego without a shoe.
Oh, it's like stepping on fire, man. It's like a firewalk.
Yeah. We'll reinvent the English language.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man. No, not doing it.
That's one of those treats. I'll tell you another treat as well that North America would have been pretty much spared of, is the plugs in the UK don't look like yours. So
I've heard they're different.
Well, this is what they look like. So this is one here. So that's our pin plugs.
What the fuck is that?
This is what they look like. So if one of these is like that, and you step on this son of a bitch, you know about it, right? So this is it's not just Lego. Plugs and Lego. So I mean, you can have the worst thing can happen to you is you step on one of them, grabbing your foot, hopping, you hit the Lego. Right?
Oh shit!
It's like a 1-2 punch. It's like a Mike Tyson knockout combo.
Double whammy.
Next thing that hits a Lego
what kind
is
of
your
toys
ass.
did you have?
Yeah.
I have one. Micro Machines.
Micro Machines. See that?
Oh shit!
Yep.
They didn't have any toys.
That was
my mom says they didn't have any toys back in the 1800s. They had they had to go play in the woods, and
1800s.
She grew up next to Fred Flintstone, anyways.
Oh,
You ever step on a Micro Machine and go for the ride of your fucking?
Oh man, Micro Machines, yeah.
Yep.
They were huge.
I love you, Mom.
I remember when those were released and people went nuts. They're still kind of around, but it's the only Micro Machines you see these days are Star Wars things.
You got your phone? Come in and say hi.
Micro Machines, little ships. But
the place where they got.
I'll send you a link. You can come on the panel.
The place where they got.
You want to
really
come up and say hi?
Was,
oh, that would be a treat. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Mama. They want to meet you.
He uses them to as a trap, doesn't he?
Yeah. He sets them all out, and both the guys walk in. Zip.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Link to Home Alone, we have that. There is a build on the channel. Me and the kids last Christmas built the Home Alone Lego house.
Oh, that's cool, man.
That was, but we dressed up, so I've got the iron mark and whatnot. It was fun, man.
Shit.
Who got the hand brand?
My son. My son's got the hand brand. He had the feathers and shit. I had the iron mark.
Oh my god!
We built the Home Alone house.
That is cool. Son, what are you playing with nowadays? You don't really bug me for toys. You bug me for wrestlers and
videos.
What else you bug me for?
Video games. That's about it.
Video games.
I just collect wrestlers now.
What are the big video games nowadays, CJ?
Fortnite.
Oh, Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite. Can't
Call of Duty.
Can't get around Fortnite. Call of Duty.
All right.
I had toys, but my thing was mostly books. That was my thing.
Did you ever
old school cap guns and smashing a roll of caps with the hammer? Fuck yeah. We were talking about that earlier. He goes, tell me anybody in here didn't take the cap roll, put it on the ground, smash it in there. Everybody did it. Like, fuck. Garbage pail kids. Holy shit.
Did you ever do the Choose Your Own Adventure books?
Yes.
No. I read more.
Turn to page 63 for this, turn to page 58 for that, and you sort of went backwards and forwards through the book?
No, I read mostly history, paranormal, psychology, biblical stuff. That was all what I read.
Yep. All right, now speaking of those speaking of those Choose Your Own Adventure ones, hands up, gentlemen, who cheated and went ahead and went backwards?
Every time. Every time.
That's me. Oh, I don't like that. I gotta pick the other one.
Damn, he dies. Crap. Let me go back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going back. Woof, 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 woof.
Oh, I remember cap guns. I had a few of them. Oh yeah. Fuck.
Yep.
We had
Can't
a
have cap
TV
guns
show.
nowadays.
We had a TV show over here that was kind of based on a mashup of everything. It was sort of based on Choose Your Own Adventure books. It was based a little bit on Dungeons and Dragons. It was called Nightmare. And
Oh yeah, I remember Nightmare.
But it was a kid that would wear like it was essentially a bucket on his head, so he couldn't do shit, and he'd be in a screen with like a green screen. So they'd superimpose, and then the kids in the studio would be guiding him where to go. So it'd be like sidestep left, sidestep right, and it was the hardest frigging game show on TV. Like I think it was only like 2 sets of kids won it over a period of about 10 years. But there was no prize either. If you won, the only prize was respect. And honestly, that thing was like, if you won Nightmare, you were like the kid. It was like, shit, they won Nightmare.
You know,
I'm the gatekeeper.
Everyone died.
Speaking of books and challenges like that, and Scott, you might actually be able to help with this one. There was a guy who wrote a book.
CJ, you got to put the StreamYard back up, bud.
And he, in this book, he gave clues. The ultimate thing was if you guessed where he had buried this treasure, and he had buried a treasure, and I want to say it was like a gold bee with a honeycomb or something like that. I cannot remember, but it was I know it was somewhere, and it ended up being that it was somewhere in England. But you read through this book, and he gives clues as you went through the book as to, if you guess the right clue and put all these clues together at the end, it supposedly would tell you where it was. Yeah. And he did it not once, but he did it twice. And I used to have one of the books. The front of the book was a bee with a honeycomb.
Okay.
And it was like a gold bee with a mahogany box or something like that.
Did anyone find it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took a decade thereabouts, but yeah, somebody found it. I cannot remember what the hell the name of it was. But it was a guy. I think he was an English writer.
Spike.
They did
That's
one,
okay.
funnily enough. There was a kid show on Disney about 3-4 years ago called Gravity Falls.
I remember Gravity Falls.
Well, you see, the kids have always got these shows on. I'm not really paying attention, but I saw one and it was cracking me up because it kept making references to kind of 80s and 90s stuff, and I was laughing my ass off. So I started watching all of it, and it's a fairly unique show. So the entire thing takes place over one summer. So it's not something that's going to run for years and years and years. It's sort of like it's I think it's 2 seasons and done. But at the very end of it, there was a villain in it called Bill Cipher that looks like the thing from the American dollar bill.
Yep.
And they kill him at the end. They petrify him, and he turns to like stone. But then right at the end of the show, there was a picture, like a live action picture of Bill petrified, attached to a tree. And it turned out there were grid coordinates. You could go and find this thing, and people went hunting for this thing for it took them months, but eventually it's somewhere in the USA. You can go and see this thing. They had one made, and he's out in the woods, and you can find Bill Cipher. And it's like, that's great. So my kid is kind of like, can we go see that? I'm like, no, we can't go see it, but we can definitely plant one in the forest by us. So we're looking at making one, weathering it, and attach it to the tree.
There, he's got this thing up. Thank you, CJ. Thanks for that. Oh, speaking of Ninja Turtles, did you guys catch that? It's like made for TV movie they released like a few years ago, Turtles in Time. And they used every turtle from like everything you could think of, even the old 90s movies. Shredder was trying to eliminate every turtle from all the multiverses. So like they had the cartoon Shredder from the 90s who was like really cartoony and kind of goofy. But then they had the Shredder come in from the movie that was like real evil and violent. And he was coaching that Shredder and he locked him up. It was really cool. It's
really cool.
Somewhere. I'm sure you can find it. It's called Turtles in Time. And yeah.
That is really cool. I'm going to have to look out for that.
Yep. And this was it. It was called The Bee on the Comb, which was written by Kit Williams in 1984.
Wi-Fi? Oh, yeah, we did. Well, we're on data.
Comb.
Yeah, Beyond the Comb. It's an armchair treasure hunt. Although participants didn't have to physically
Hey,
find the
Roger's down
treasure,
again.
readers were challenged to discover the book's proper title and to send that title to the author, expressed creatively but not verbally. The prize, a golden queen bee statuette and a unique titled copy of the book, would be awarded to the entrant who Kit Williams judged
What?
to have expressed the
Nope.
title in the most
Fucking weird.
interesting way.
Wow.
And he wrote it in 1984. It had a year and a day duration, so it came to an end on the 25th of May in 1985. Kit Williams appeared on the BBC One chat show Wogan to judge the finalist entries and announce the winner. The winner was Steve Pierce of Leicester, Leicester.
Yep, Leicester.
Who submitted a small decorated cabinet that depicted the title when the handle was turned.
Wow.
We lost the kid.
It was well. Here, hold on, Chris.
Oh, we lost CJ because the Wi-Fi is down. That's right. I don't know why it's down, but I'm on data.
This was it, Chris. If you want to share that.
I believe now it kicks me out. Okay. I gotta stay till it comes back on. Hell yeah.
So can you see that?
What you got? Oh, right there. I got you, bud. Yep. There you go.
Cool.
The bar on the phone.
Yeah, so that was the original. He did a sequel to it called Masquerade, but it wasn't really a direct sequel.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Brian? Black Ice. How you doing, man?
Masquerade was this version.
Oh, we have Hero Quest here, Spitfire.
So
and
yeah,
that's it's like Dungeons and Dragons with a little more like visuals.
It's just been relaunched, Hero Quest, but it's like $200.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
We have the old one from.
Yeah, I remember the old one. I remember the original one. There was a space version of Space Crusade as well.
Yes, same game, but it was outer space. I used to play Risk. We used to play Risk all the time.
Yeah, Derek was saying about Risk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fucking all the time we played Risk.
We had to quit playing Monopoly because people were getting in fist fights over it.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you ever play that? There was a really weird one as well. I don't know if it's still around. There was one called Stratego. It was kind of like chess, but it was blind chess. Remember that?
Stratego.
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
I remember that. Yep.
You didn't know what the pieces were.
I like the thinking games like Risk and checkers and chess and.
Oh, fuck yeah. Those are the good ones.
Stratego was one like that.
Yeah. I've always been a deep thinker type person.
There's a game like checkers as well called Othello, where it's black and white discs, and you have to switch them over to your color. So instead of taking them off the board, you have to surround them, and it flips to. Is it got a different name over there?
Yeah, it's called Go.
Okay, over here it's called Othello.
Yep. We have it both versions. Mm-hmm. So, but let me see if I can bring this up. Come on.
The one game I hated was Jenga. Fuck that. Fuck that. You try to move one piece and without all the other pieces falling and you fire.
Well, it's when you got strict rules as well, where it's like, no, you've committed to it. You've touched that piece now. You've got to go for that one. You know it's going to knock the tower down.
Yeah, here's what Stratego looked like.
Terrible Pursuit. Yeah, I think so. There's a cabinet.
Those are the only two games that really pissed me off was Operation and Jenga.
Yep. But this was Stratego, if you want to pop that up, Chris.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sorry, man. There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of like chess, wasn't it? The different pieces did different things, but
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you had to control. You had to control. The big thing was controlling the four squares here.
Yeah, Skinner Wi-Fi is down again.
So.
Friggin' Rogers.
And then what was the other one? Damn, I can't think of it now.
I don't know. What was that one game where you had to build like catapults and actually shoot the catapults?
Crossbows
And there was
catapults.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is that what it was called? Crossbows and catapults?
Yeah,
The game was huge.
You had discs. You had to smash down someone else's and sort of land on their thing. Yeah.
You needed like a whole room to play it because it was so big. Like it wasn't a tabletop game at all.
Well, another catapult was kind of shit. The crossbow was one that did all the work because you could get precision on the crossbow. It was the catapult. You're like, it was just going. Yeah, that one's under the couch. That one's.
All right,
it was like a musket versus an AR-15 or something stupid.
and gentlemen, the quintessential party game was what?
Twister.
Pictionary.
Twister.
Oh yeah, Twister's. Let's be honest.
7 minutes in heaven.
Kids.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Twister was not wasted on you if you were a male teenager,
right?
And got to play with men and women.
Spin the bottle. Truth or dare.
Yeah, truth or dare. Yep.
I've seen Twister played in nightclubs in England, so it's
disco, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twister. You could get away with some shit with Twister. Let me tell you.
Well, I can tell you at my age.
Excuse me.
At my age, Twister is just a promise of the chiropractor. That's all it is for me.
A promise of the chiropractor.
Left hand green. I'm like, nope. That ain't happening.
Better have that appointment scheduled before we pull that shit out.
Derek's not buying it.
Derek likes it. Did you find it?
No, Derek's
was off?
there. He ain't buying it at all. He's just sitting there going, "Yeah, no."
No, I'm thinking of my next videos to do for next year.
For next year?
Yeah.
What, you got this year lined up already?
Yep, I got I got the rest of this year pretty much almost done with videos in my head, and I'm planning on for next year.
That's really good.
Cool.
That's really good. I try and do that with the Titanic. My Titanic build, at the end of each episode, I tell a story about the Titanic. And it's hard, man, because there's 140 parts.
Strip poker. Now we're talking, Cindy. Let's go.
That's why you guys haven't seen me on Chris's Live, because I've been reading, I've been researching, I've been writing things down, and I got pretty much the rest of this. I got pretty much the rest of this year done with videos in my head.
Strip pong. There you go, Derek.
And I got next year pretty much set.
Hey, Derek, are we still going fishing on Friday?
Yeah.
Are you still coming?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to call me. We're going to set it up. That's why I wanted you to call me.
Okay.
So give me a shout later. You got my phone number.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out.
So, yeah, I got pretty much all my videos set and done.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and Axis and Allies was another good one, Devilish.
Yes.
I think I still have most of the board game somewhere in a storage box somewhere here.
That was like Risk with the volume turned up. It's a little more complicated.
Yep.
So going back to the toys and action figures side of it, which ones do you remember that failed? Ones they launched that just bombed. No one liked it. It was kind of shitty. They were peg warmers for years. I remember a bunch. There was some really odd ones.
Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah.
See, but that has like a cult following behind it. Stretch Armstrong.
Comes and goes. That thing keeps coming back. It's like every so often some other company pick it up and Stretch Armstrong's back on the market. It's around for a few years. It disappears again.
Yeah. There was a Barbie knockoff.
There was a bunch of those.
Barbie knockoff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I can't think of, no, there was one in particular. I want to say it was like Sailor Moon or something like that.
Yeah.
Sailor Moon. We're going to do a live stream from the dock, Skinner, just so you know. So we'll be catching pike and stuff.
The ones I can remember more than anything that always bombed was a lot of movie tie-in toys bombed. They just weren't good. The movie would suck, but the toys would suck. And then sometimes the opposite. Sometimes the movie would suck, but the toys were great. And other times you'd have a great movie and terrible toys.
They did action. They did action figures for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
What was those knockoff Transformers that they tried to get?
GoBots.
GoBots, yeah, they didn't do well here at all.
Yep.
Well, GoBots, I believe there might be a Transformer expert that's going to tell me otherwise. I believe GoBots came first, but they weren't launched in the West. until after.
After Transformers.
At that point, but Transformers just did it better. Even if GoBots did come first, Transformers was just better than GoBots. It just was. But yeah, it was a bit of a dud, the GoBots. I can remember there were a bunch of things they launched that just didn't land. We had a lot over here that you didn't have over there. We had British companies that were putting out toys over here that just didn't really take off. There was a famous one of the guy turned down the license to make the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He had 2 licenses he had to choose from, and it was either the Ninja Turtles or Bucky O'Hare. And he chose Bucky O'Hare over Ninja Turtles, and it pretty much bankrupted his company. Bucky O'Hare was a bomb. Nobody wanted it. The toys didn't sell. They were
Bucky O'Hare.
And yeah, he turned down Ninja Turtles for Bucky O'Hare. It's like, oh shit. So it's that was a big one. But it was, I mean, there's a show on Netflix called The Toys That Made Us, and they had a spin-off that was like a feature-length one called I Have the Power, and it was about the He-Man toys and where they came from. And it was a direct result of the Star Wars toys, because Star Wars had done so well. Star Wars was gangbusters from like 1977 to a good 1983, 1984. Nothing else stood a chance in the boys' sort of toy market. It was that and Transformers. That was it. So He-Man was a counteract to that, and it trounced everything. He-Man was huge for that period of, I think, between 1981 and I think 1985. It was massive, and then it just bombed. It just immediately, once Ninja Turtles and things like that came along, kids just lost interest immediately. Kids are fickle as well. Whereas with adults, we'll stay loyal to something. Kids couldn't give a shit. The next sort of flashy commercial comes out, they'll forget all about the thing they loved and move straight onto a new love real quick.
Yep. I'll give you one. See if you remember this. The Hasbro Easy Bake Oven.
Oh shit.
We never had that over here. We hear about it from TV shows and shit like that. But wasn't it like a light bulb that made like cakes?
The Easy Bake Oven, yeah, made cakes, cookies and shit. Yeah.
How long
did one for boys too?
How long does it take to bake a cake with a light bulb? Surely hours.
Half an hour. But it was only like this big. The cake was like, cookie size.
It didn't matter. It sucked.
It sucked.
Did you have Mr. Frosty over there? Was that a thing?
Mr. Frosty?
Oh no, he's talking about no, think
icy?
about it. Yeah, the icy thing where you
it was a
you
snowman.
had the crank.
You put ice cubes at the top and turn the handle.
And you cranked the shit out of it? Yeah.
The snow cone maker. Yeah.
Those were fucking cool.
Over here it was called Mr. Frosty. It looked like a snowman.
Mr. Frosty.
Right? The thing with it is you'd put in as many ice cubes as you could fit in it, which wasn't many. You'd crank that son of a bitch for a long time. And you'd end up with honestly like an egg cup of ice.
Yep.
This wasn't worth the effort, It's like I've got a cramp in my arm. I can't. It's like I've got this egg cup of icy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's
you remember?
crazy.
I'll give you one. Here's a little sciencey one. You remember Aquadots?
I know the name, but I don't know what it did.
Okay. It was little beads that stuck together that you could make into different shapes. Okay. Now here's the chemistry part. Each of them was coated with 1,4-butanediol, which once metabolized turns into GHB.
I love shit.
Anyone ever do a shrink-a-dink?
They used to sell us, man. Fucking hell.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Shrink-a-dink. I've never heard of shrink-a-dink.
I had a chemistry set when I was a kid.
Right? Another toy they won't give kids nowadays.
What?
Here's some parasites to look at under a microscope.
Yep.
Yeah, my chemistry.
So I was just gonna say sea monkeys. Yeah. Chia pets.
Monkeys.
Chia
pets are awesome. Light Bright too is my jam. Devilish said Light Bright.
Light Bright making things with light. Yeah.
I saw somebody chug sea monkeys on a dare, and I've never been able to look at them since.
Well, my chemistry set lasted for about 5 minutes before I blew the shit up.
Blew it all up.
I guess you could say I was the first terrorist ever. Fuck.
Yeah.
No, that's funny shit. But that's the thing. I mean, again, you can't for good reason. I mean, I don't think it's like Shrinky Dinks. I don't think you could sell them now because it essentially you're telling the kid, play with the oven, kids. Turn the oven on and
Turn
throw
the
this
oven
shit in
on.
there. Yeah, throw
Go
this
cook
in.
some shit.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about
It'll
it.
be fun.
It'll be fine.
You remember Flubber?
Flubber, yes.
Yeah.
That didn't go anywhere.
Did you guys play with Play-Doh at all?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah. I had
Play-Doh was
I
fun.
think I had the barber shop when I was like little.
Oh, yeah, you squeeze the thing and all the hair comes
So
out.
the
Yeah.
hair would come out.
Did you guys ever taste Play-Doh?
Fuck
Yeah.
no. It
Yep.
smells good. I love the
Play-Doh.
smell.
Yep.
I love the smell of Play-Doh, but I won't eat that shit.
I got a premiere coming up, everyone.
Right on.
An all-night
That's cool, man.
investigation. An all-night investigation in that courthouse.
Oh shit. Get it.
Nice.
I'm going to do it Friday or Saturday night when everybody is at home and not working the next day.
Hey, Derek, what happened with the church one?
Yeah, what happened with that?
I'm gonna do that as well.
Nice. Get it.
So
Did you get permission to go live with it, or are you gonna have to do it after the fact?
we're still gonna talk about it, him and I.
Okay.
But the courthouse is gonna be a premiere. It's gonna be an all-night thing.
Gotcha.
Live.
Cool.
Right. I'm going to be right back. I got to get a drink because I'm melting in here. It's got ridiculously hot. I'll be right back.
So that's why you guys haven't seen me at all lately, because I've been planning a lot of shit out.
Excellent. I'm trying to think of this one. Oh, God, it was one. It's not been too long ago. The steel balls were magnets, and you had a plastic rod that had flared out at the ends and had iron plates at the end, so you could stick it together. I want to say it was like magnetics or something like that. See if this is right. Magnetics.
All right.
Yeah, magnetics. It was a magnetic ball that had a plastic stick that went with it as well, and had two iron plates at the ends. So what you could do is you got a bunch of the magnetic balls, you got a bunch of the sticks in different colors, and you could put them together to make different forms, pyramids and all kinds of stuff. The problem and the reason they pulled them was kids were swallowing the magnetic balls.
What?
And, yeah, kids were swallowing the magnetic balls, and as they got down and were winding back and forth in their intestines, if two of the magnets got close enough, they would snap together and either create a blockage or start wearing a hole in the intestine where they were sitting there rubbing back and forth constantly. It was a big thing. I want to say it was right around the time they were announcing that the lead and Chinese toys thing came out. So what, 8-10 years ago, something like that.
Oh shit! Yeah.
You guys remember Chia Pets?
Chia Pets were awesome.
Dude, I am a Chia Pet. What are you talking about?
Chia. Did the lights come on?
So I'm just trying to think if it'll be in the middle of this month or beginning of next month.
Well, yeah, they were recalled in 2006. Sorry.
Is it the right way now? Payday, Booby Trap, Anticipation, Pictionary, Shoots Alive, Sorry, Perfection. Guess Who Was Awesome, and Yogi Bear board games.
What the huh? Booby Trap. Hey there. Let's see what Booby Trap looked like. I bet it's not what I'm thinking it is. Ouch.
Anything by K-Tel? Oh yeah.
What?
I'll be right with you. Hang on.
Okay, that was interesting.
What?
You type booby trap in Google. The first thing you get is a Wikipedia link and a dictionary definition. Then you get another link to Wikipedia. Then you get a map that leads you to adult entertainment clubs in Florida. And there's 3 of them called Booby Trap. What the hell?
You got to be more specific. You got to type up game.
Yeah, I guess. Jeez.
Jason, you're a married man. You shouldn't be looking at porn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember this. Holy crap.
We all remember the boobies.
No, it's a Parker Hasbro game. We used to play the hell out of this thing. It's let me see. He's gone away, so this isn't gonna work. But damn, yeah, I remember this.
Woo! Here we are. I am
Cool.
back too, Doris. What's happening? Oh wow.
Yeah,
Welcome back, Doris.
Booby Trap by Parker Brothers.
What was that one game?
Check this, Chris. I bet you remember this. I bet you remember this. Damn. Who brought that up?
He's married, not dead. That's what I was thinking.
God, I forgot about this. There you go, Chris. Pop that up. See how many people remember this.
Take this one. Take this one. I'm done.
I remember that.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I remember that. All the wrong one.
Yeah.
All went everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I forgot about that. Damn. We played the hell out of this when I was in the children's rehab center recovering after I had my legs broke. This was one of the most entertaining games we had. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about that.
Didn't it take like forever to set up though?
Well, yeah, because you had to pull. That was the trick. You had to have somebody pull the spring back and hold it pulled back. Well, what you finally did was you finally started cheating. You had one person, when they pulled the spring back, they just kind of pinched it between their fingers, and you had to have at least 2 other people setting all the pieces down inside, and then you had to let the bar loose carefully, because if you didn't, the whole thing went and you started.
Oh shit!
But
there's
my
one game
favorite board game.
No, whenever it comes to it's Kaplunk, because it takes
Kaplunk?
like it says 40 minutes to set Kaplunk up.
Yep.
You put all those skewers through it, and then the game's over in like 5 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing this shit again.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fun though.
Do you remember Gnip Gnop?
No.
Oh, let me find that.
That's different.
I bet you will. Hold on. Let me find it.
My favorite game when I was kid was Crossfire. You ever play Crossfire?
Crossfire, yeah.
It was little
like,
marbles and the guns.
Soccer with guns.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I like that game. You lose the marbles every time, but they're little ball bearings. They weren't marbles. They were tiny.
I was a big fan of Hungry Hippos as well. No skill at all.
Hungry Hippos. No.
Just a determination to win.
Fucking smash the hippo.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Let's see if I can pull this.
That was fun.
All right, try.
Jason, you gotta come play Champions with us.
Champions.
I know you got your games, but you gotta come play Champions with us.
You got to refresh my memory. But
it's like Candy Crush with wrestlers.
Candy Crush with wrestlers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. This was Gnip Gnop.
Gnip Gnop.
Yep. And you
Let's
used
check
to
out
launch.
Gnip Gnop.
Yep. There were in the center section.
What the fuck?
Yeah, in the center section there were holes, and what you had to do was you had to launch your balls through, and get them through the holes before your opponent launched their balls through and got them through the holes. So it was kind of like the precursor to Hungry Hungry Hippos. See if I can find another better picture of it.
Fuck. I can't get a.
And just like that, he was out of our lives again.
And then we just had it up for 2 days, and then the Rogers thing happened all over Canada. And now,
thank God I'm with Bell.
The outlets all went out in that room, so.
I'm with Bell, so I never had that Roger outage.
Oh, you didn't have the Rogers thing?
Yep.
Like 80% of the bake machines and shit in Ontario are all Rogers. But they fixed it now.
Here's a better look at the Gnip game.
Let's go. Oh, not yet. Oh, okay.
So you launch your balls through these 3 holes, and your opponent's launching through the same 3 holes, and you're trying to get all your balls onto their side, and they're trying to get them all onto your side.
Ah.
So, like I said, it was a manic panic version of Hungry Hungry Hippos.
I see that. Holy shit. They go to the head of the class? Well, that's all right.
I'm
good to go, son.
I'm on my
go
seventh pot, I'm on my 7th pot of coffee.
Holy shit, dude.
Derek's wired.
I drink coffee from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed.
We'll find which one's the bedroom up there and give it a reset. No, I'll do that after we're done here. Okay. We'll have to find the one that. Fuck it, we'll just flip them all. Reset them all. Who gives a shit? Hell yeah, man.
You remember the board game Sorry?
So yeah, sorry. That's another. CD always wanted to play that shit. He liked jumping on my head.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's like the other one, Trouble, with the
Trouble.
little dome dice roller in the middle.
Hey.
And he froze.
Sometime. I'll have to play it.
He's back.
Scott, you're on mute.
Who's on mute?
I just realized I'm on mute. Yeah, the game with the Pop-O-Matic in the middle was called Frustration over here. Was that the same thing over there?
Oh, it's Frustration.
Yeah,
it was Sorry here.
Trouble.
Okay.
Trouble, sorry.
Yeah, the Pop-O-Matic in the middle was Trouble.
Frustration was a different game. Frustration was you start a timer.
We'll never know.
Welcome to Chris's version of Frustration.
Screw that. I done. I'm just done with this life. But anyway, you had to get all the pieces into the thing before it popped. That was Frustration.
Over here, that was called Perfection. We had to go the pieces in.
Holy fuck. What's with the name changes? It's like
I don't know, a major one for us
Trouble.
is Clue. Clue isn't called Clue in
Clue.
England, it's called Cluedo.
Cluedo.
It's called Cluedo.
What?
Cluedo.
Same characters and everything.
Yeah, exactly the same. We've got the reason why is because there's a game over here called Ludo. I don't know if you have Ludo over there, but I believe Ludo is Sorry.
Never heard of Ludo.
So Ludo was a version of Clue, is a version of Ludo, and they called it
He's
Cluedo.
back.
So over here it's called Cluedo, not Clue.
Let's see, Risk.
I'm obsessed with Clue as well. It's I love that game.
Clue's awesome.
Yeah, I
Son,
love it. It's
what
such
were
a
you
simple
saying?
premise for a game, but it works.
Are you there, son? You said a game that your favorite from our generation.
Oh, from Rock and Roll Racing.
Oh, you mean video game?
Rock and Roll Racing, yeah.
From Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Olaf finishes third. So what was it? Olaf finishes first. Sting takes a weak second. What was the other guy? Rip takes a weak third, and then what's his face is in another time zone. I fucking love that game. That game's awesome. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Toys,
I
but
I remember being bought a really weird board game as well. I remember getting the Pac-Man board game when I was a kid.
yeah.
That was odd. There were little marbles all over the board, and you moved them, and you had the but I had Pac-Man, so I never really understood the point of the board
Well, yeah,
game.
just
Like,
stop. Yeah.
all right.
You remember
They
Boggle?
tried to
Boggle, yeah.
Remember Boggle? That's the word game, right? You had to make words.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that one.
Thing over there? That was a weird.
My
game.
parents and my grandparents used to play the shit out of Scrabble. They met for tea and they played fucking Scrabble for hours.
Yep.
And I mean, we'd be out building our forts. One time we went up through the trees behind the house and we had my youngest brother. He was only like 4 with us. And there was like thorns to get up. So we're like, okay, we'll just keep walking this way until we hit the street and come around. Well, we walked all the way into the next town and then back down to the street we knew, which was Barton, and then all the way back to the house. And we were gone like 4 hours and came back and we were like, oh my God, we got lost and we had Mark. And they didn't even know we were fucking gone. They were playing their Scrabble. It was funny.
I got one. I'm looking up Parker Brothers vintage games, and this one keeps popping up, but I have no clue what it is. It's Probe.
That sounds like one Derek would like. I don't know.
Made me think of South Park, but that's a whole different story.
South Park.
And that under alien control.
Carmen gets the satellite up his ass. Yeah, that was a good one.
I'll tell you what else Parker Brothers own. This is weird, and this is going to sound like bullshit. I swear it's true. Ouija. Ouija's a brand.
Oh shit! Really?
Parker Brothers own Ouija board. It was a
brand.
Really?
Card games are fun. Crazy Eights.
Yeah, Parker.
You guys ever play Asshole?
Yeah, Scott, you're right. Parker Brothers.
I love Asshole.
Come up with the Ouija board.
It's been a while
yeah, so
it
was originally a board game. That was the whole point of it. That it was you were subconsciously moving it, but it came from the original kind of talking boards and spirit boards. But yeah, Ouija is a brand. It's owned by the Parker Brothers. Weird but true.
Yep. Oh wow, I forgot about these. Remember the waterfuls, where you filled the thing full of water, and you had that little button that you'd keep hitting, and it'd shoot water around. You tried to get like baskets or other scores. Nobody.
No, I can. Oh shit! What was it? That's gonna bother the hell out of me.
Let's see. Life, Sorry, Scrabble, Candyland.
See, I've never played Candyland.
Headache.
Again,
I've never played Candyland either.
I don't think it was ever launched over here. I think it's one of those ones that I've heard of. But it's yeah. Isn't it fairly basic? Isn't it just roll the dice and move? Is anything complicated to Candyland? Is there?
Yeah, there was a little more to it. I mean, depending on the space you landed on.
Okay.
What happened with that? You had the Connect 4, which was
Connect 4 was awesome.
Yep. Connect 4 was good.
Let me see.
Masterminds.
Oh no.
I remember Mastermind. Mastermind was a lot of fun, man. You had to break the code with the little pins, the little pegs.
Simon,
the electronic Simon game.
Oh. Yeah, I wanted to pitch Simon. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Oh, there's the hashtag up again. Guys, if you're not in for the giveaway, hashtag toys. There's a sweet giveaway today.
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee is. I still play Yahtzee.
Yeah.
Billionaire. Hello, Losfer. How are you?
Remember Uno?
Yep.
Uno was awesome.
Yep. Dude, the last time I played a really good game of Uno. Oh my God. It was at my step grandfather's funeral. The night before, as the family was all gathering, there were a bunch of us that traveled down and stayed at one of my uncle's houses. And there were a bunch of us. They just put a bunch of cots down in the basement family room, and several of us stayed up till like 3 a.m. playing Uno, and we got so damn tired. We were sitting there giggling back and forth, rewording the reverse. Instead of reverse, it was reverse and other stuff. Oh,
if you guys want a good thinking mathematician card game, Euchre.
Yeah,
Euchre was good.
Yep. How about Battleship?
Monday Night Football. Battleship.
I love Battleship.
Yep.
That's one game they made electronic that made it better.
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
the electronic Battleship is better.
You can play one player electronic Battleship. That was sweet, man.
Yeah. Sometimes they do an electronic version and it's just stupid. Like I hate Monopoly. I hate the Monopoly with the credit cards. That is so stupid.
It makes it a lot harder to cheat.
Yeah, exactly. No. It's true.
It's like, I can't steal an extra 100 from the bank if it's all on electric.
Damn it! That ain't gonna work. Shit.
Where is it?
Adjustment. There we go.
There was a game over here that was a really big deal in the 80s. I don't know if it was ever over there. It was called Escape from Colditz. It was like a World War II theme game. You had to escape from it was kind of a hybrid of Risk. There was a bit of Cluedo going on in it, it was a bit of everything.
Just so you know, Scott, that board game is actually based on an actual story.
Yeah,
really?
It was. Yeah, so Colditz was it was like a prison castle in Germany. They kept prisoners of war, and that's what the game was about. You'd have to sneak shit in and things like that to break out your cell, and it was a really big deal over here. And I know
the
copies of that go for a lot of money these days.
The Germans made that POW camp inescapable, but five or six Allied servicemen actually did escape from that prisoner of war camp.
Kids will never know the joy of outdoor games like that, tic-tac-toe, like cornhole. I love me some cornhole.
There's one to give you a twitch, Chris.
What's that? Next year will be big. Yeah. There it goes. Finally picked it up. Right on. You got another one here. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's that. I know what that is. I've played that before. I've broken one of them things before.
One fucking thing.
I threw that like a fucking frisbee one time. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Everybody feels like they're awesome at that up to about level 6.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. You're like, yeah, piece of piss this. I got this in the back. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, this is easy. And then fuck this.
Fuck this. By the third or fourth round, it starts going nuts.
So that's where you can make a curling set with a bunch of those.
It was the one that used to get us as well, right? That used to cause pure frustration, and there's a reason for it. But you remember the speak and spell?
Oh my god!
Yes.
Right. Well, the problem with the speak and spell was it was ATIS technology, so it didn't speak very clear. So it would ask you to spell something, and it would be mumbled. It would be like, "No spell from and you go,
"Okay."
What? So you
Cranium was awesome.
You'd get it wrong, and then it would say it perfectly. After you got it wrong 3 or 4 times, it said the correct spelling of umbrella. You're like, you didn't say it like that. Yeah. I couldn't hear what you said. It was evil, man.
Cat.
Yeah. Umbrella. What?
You didn't say umbrella. Oh. You mumbled. Yes.
That's right.
You know what one I was thinking of? It wasn't a Cranium. It was it wasn't Simon. It was that Bop It game. You remember that one?
Bop
that was fairly recent.
Soccer boppers? Soccer boppers?
Throw it. Yeah, no, I don't like that one.
My kids were playing like a little version of that in the back of the car on a road trip for about 4 hours, and it was going to go out the window at one point.
Oh shit! Right?
Yeah, that's a lot. I'm thinking, surely that thing's
Twist
battery's going to die soon.
Bang it! No, they fucking last forever.
Yeah.
Now, here's another one you cannot buy today.
Hop on Pop was fun.
Well, yeah, that one you got to be careful with too. That one has its drawbacks nowadays.
Right. I remember playing the Hungry Hippos.
How about this one?
Oh, let's go. Soccer Bob. I remember those.
Yeah, you ain't getting away with that these days.
No.
Nope.
Let's see. Let's blow up a couple of inflatable fists filled with sand and let the kids punch it out in the backyard.
Beat the shit out of each other.
I tried those once when I was a kid. I said, "The hell with this." I took it off and then I ended up popping my buddy in the fucking head with my fist.
Oh yeah. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yeah. Hey Gary, how are you, buddy? Welcome, man. How you doing, man?
What's up, Gary? Let's see here.
It's good. Shit.
Oh yeah, the talking football game. Remember that?
Oh.
Where you'd lay you'd put your men out on the field and you'd put the football in the one guy's hand and you turn on the vibrating board and it's and you had to kind of wait and see where everybody went.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a hockey version of that where you can move the players up and down the ice?
Yep.
Spin them?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
Had those, but had sand, no air. Had no sand, just air. Ours had sand. I beat the shit out of my brother one time with them. It wasn't on accident. Well, it was on accident, but you know what I mean. It's dangerous for kids.
Accidentally on purpose?
Something like that.
Dad, it was accident.
Lawn darts were so fun, though.
Yeah,
I mean, adults could play lawn darts. Kids throw it up in the air and look up at it. It's like, yeah, fuck. Dum-dums.
It's like pure Darwin lawn darts. It was natural selection. The weakest kids weren't going to survive.
Right on, Losberg. It's good to see you.
How about? I don't know if you'd call this a game or not, but does anybody remember the Magic 8 Ball?
Yeah,
Yes.
remember the Magic 8 Ball?
Fucking
Outcome
right.
looks
Everybody
clean.
had Magic 8 Ball. It wasn't cool unless you had Magic 8 Ball. Son, what board games do you remember, bud? Come on, man. We used to play some
Candyland.
before you got into the Candy. We didn't play Candyland.
Yeah, we did.
You played that with Dan.
No, we played Candyland.
I don't remember playing Candyland. We played the shit out of that one. Mousetrap. You want to play Mousetrap all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time, Mousetrap. Eventually, we just set up the game and so you could drop the trap on the mouse. It's kind of fun. Okay, I'm gonna drop this thing down again. If you're not in for the giveaway today, guys, hashtag toys. You're missing out for real.
You remember Apples to Apples, right?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Here's
What you got?
here's another failed toy.
Failed toy. Oh shit! They were selling pet rocks here at one point.
No.
What is that?
Oh.
Flush and Frenzy? What? Oh my god! You gotta make a turn outside of the toilet? Why didn't I own this game? Man,
Where in the hell did this come from?
I have no idea. I want to know whose brainchild that was. Gosh. Wow. That would be fun, though. But that sounds like a drinking game, not a kid's toy.
I was gonna say, there's your quintessential party drinking game.
Fucking right, man. Flush and turn.
Oh my
I
god.
play that.
Okay.
K-ball is
It's the
huge
game
here.
of one plunger, some poop, and fast reflexes.
That's awesome,
Flush the
Cindy.
handle on the toilet, roll the dice, and when the number comes up, you have to plunge the toilet that number of times. But be careful, after a given push of the plunger, the poop may come flying out of the
Oh my
toilet.
god. Lost percentage of corn in the turd.
Oh my god.
My kids have got one with like a shitting dog. He's got like a dog
pooping
leash.
dog?
Yeah. So you spin the spinner and it gives you like 1, 2, or 3. And if it's like 3, you have to squeeze the handle of the dog leash 3 times. And it just fills the dog
shit.
with air. Then eventually a turd will come flying at the back of the dog and you've got to scoop it up.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny too. That's funny too.
We
Happy turd.
haven't mentioned Hot Wheels at all.
Hot Wheels. See, I've got one here. Whenever I see a Hot Wheels from
Damn
a
it, I
movie,
didn't want to do that.
I grab it. So I've got this is the new Mapmobile, and it's the first in line. Whenever I see one like that, I grab it. So I've got like
Oh,
the
nice.
I've got the Yellow Submarine from the Beatles. They did that. I've got a DeLorean.
Yeah.
Got it.
I've got.
Oh, that's cool.
My favorite one. It's somewhere I don't know where it is. I've got you ever see that episode of The Simpsons where Homer designed the car?
Yes, the Homer car.
Well, Hot Wheels did one of those, so I've got one of those
Oh,
as well.
that's cool. That is cool.
Toss across.
Toss across?
Toss across, yeah, that was that beanbag tic-tac-toe.
Oh yeah, that's like an outdoor one, right?
You could
I
do it
find that
outdoor.
one of the dogs.
You could also do it indoor if you had a decent enough size room, and your parents didn't flip out for you throwing crap in the house.
I remember Baby Alive, not because I had one, but they were
Didn't it
creepy
grow
as fuck.
teeth? Is that what Baby Alive did? Didn't it grow teeth?
Something
or was
did.
that the one
You had
You
to
actually
feed it,
fed it, yeah, and it peed.
and it peed and pooped.
Yeah,
So
Oh, that's pretty rough.
Yep.
yeah. I don't know if I want to be playing with that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Changing baby diapers.
Hey,
I had one
you learned.
and pooped and peed. That's crazy. Teach him young. Oh shit, that's too funny.
Do you remember the
I
Mad
can't get
Balls?
over
Was that thing you had over there?
What, Mad Balls?
Mad Balls.
No,
They
I
were
don't
balls
recall.
They were like. I'm trying to. You can probably Google it and see them. There was a bunch of them. They had one that looked like a baseball, but they were kind of like monster faces. But they were foam balls, and then they went mad. They did big ones, so you could get a baseball. You get a basketball, an American football, and you get kind of. They were a big deal. There were shitloads of them. There are people that still heavily collect these things. One looked like an eyeball, but they were a really big deal. Because I got offered a watch the other day that had the picture of one of the Mad Balls on it. I was, oh shit, and I'd completely forgotten about them until I saw that. But yeah, Mad Balls, they were a really big deal back in the day, man.
Mattel Squawk Game. What the hell? Angry Birds.
Hell yeah. Angry Birds. CJ loved Angry Birds. Oh my god.
My
It's
kids
all
love
about the Angry Birds. I mean, it's a fun game too. And then they made a movie, and they made shit, toys.
Mm-hmm.
Played with the toy once, and then you lost all the pieces. You call it a stick ball.
I think my kids had some of the toys. I'm sure they did.
Oh yeah, there was what was the guy's name, son?
Bomb Chuck, Blue,
Bomb
Red.
Chuck. Oh, just blue and red.
Blue was the one that split into 3. Red was the angry one. Chuck, Matilda.
Who recalls the Feed Me Cabbage Patch dolls?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Cabbage Patch snacking dolls.
I don't remember that.
The whole Cabbage Patch thing was weird, man.
Yeah.
That was didn't it wasn't the
It's
factory when
Furbies.
they like the factory was like a hospital. I'm sure
Hey,
they're born
Marja.
or some shit. They got birth certificates and all.
Yeah.
Hi, Rick.
Like, what the fuck is that about?
I
It was
lost
weird,
her again.
Yeah, the Cabbage
it's
Patch
doing
Kids
the
in
thing.
general. There's still footage you can see it on YouTube of kind of the Christmas that was the big thing of some woman snatching one out of the kid's arms. It's like it got brutal with those things, man.
Oh, fuck.
I still got my Cabbage Patch doll.
Do you guys remember that 90s Christmas movie with Schwarzenegger? Action Man or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jingle All the Way or something like that?
Yeah. Yep.
That was, and then they made toys.
Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of silly.
You're
I'm
welcome,
convinced
Watchford.
that the bulk of Schwarzenegger movies were written by pissed off writers that would put lines in that they knew he couldn't pronounce.
Right?
Because Turbo Man was the name of that thing, and you
Turbo
think,
Man, that's what it was.
but he can't say it. So the entire movie, Turbo Man. You're like, it's like
Turbo
we need
Man.
we need to write something easier for him to say here.
What's that, son?
And then
Did you say something? Did you say? Oh, I thought you said something.
Hi, Deb. Hi, Gary.
figure
We gotta restart the StreamYard tool because we got locked out of Wi-Fi, so it's not picking up new entries. So we're just gonna restart it. It's okay. You just have to retype #toys when he gets it set up.
Hey, Losfer.
Losfer!
What's up,
In my
Losfer?
hometown. in the Mall of America.
You guys had were
also the birthplace of the first WCW Nitro.
Really?
That's where they filmed the first one.
Wrestling toys.
And Lex Luger showed up, and that was the big surprise because he was
That's
so.
right, wasn't that a mall?
Yeah, the Mall of America was the first WCW Nitro.
Do I have to re-enter hashtag toys again or no?
Yeah, once he gets it up. Because it's not picking up new people's. I want everybody to get a chance. And just a sec, Rick. You don't want to miss out on this giveaway.
I want to win that Ecto one.
It's interesting. They got a Death by Daylight board game.
Oh, that's weird.
I love that game.
It's a board game, son. He plays that all the time.
Yeah.
It's like Pac-Man with serial killers.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
And there's the Hero Quest you guys were talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dad, you guys had some weird wrestling figures.
Get out of here with that.
Yeah.
Maximum Sweat.
Nowadays.
Do you remember those?
Maximum Sweat.
Yeah, they sweat.
Like, what?
They were awesome. You could sweat with your toys.
Oh, but that's.
You guys will never have Wrestle Buddies. I think they were called Pillow Buddies. What are they called?
Wrestle
You didn't have Wrestle Buddies.
Yeah, we did.
There was only 3 of them. There was Warrior, Hogan.
No, they made
Macho Man.
My kids had Sheamus and The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Sheamus,
Really?
The Rock, Cena.
I didn't. Okay. All right.
For some reason, they made a Ryback one, but I don't know.
You guys remember Stretch Armstrong?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, Oscar.
Earlier, they used to do is used to cut open Stretch Armstrong for the goo.
And I bet you guys don't remember this, but they made a fucking toy.
Son, is that the new one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is okay. Yeah, you guys can go ahead with your hashtag toys. And
I'll finish what I'm saying later.
Sorry, Derek.
Go ahead, Derek.
They made a toy for and it only lasted for 1 year of Max Headroom.
Max Headroom?
I remember Max Headroom.
Do you remember Polly Pocket in the 90s? And then they made Mighty Max?
Mighty Max, yeah.
For the boys?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Hey guys, type in your hashtag toys to get into the giveaway. Scott has donated a model start up for there's like 3 or 4 of them that you could pick. There's Titanic and there's Ghostbusters Ecto 1 and then there's Disney Dollhouses. Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring you up. We got new peeps in here. Hang on.
My sister.
I'm putting you on solo. You're on solo. There you go.
The winner, we make models over on my channel. We're making all of these at the moment. So if you are the winner, you can choose one of the following. This is the first part of these models. So you can give it a go, see if it's something you might want to do and take up. If not, you got one. These are all lovely. The first one we've got is Ecto 1. So you get the hood of the Ecto 1, you get the grill, you get the license plate, the screwdriver, all the nuts and bolts you need to put this together. It's a gorgeous thing. If that's not your thing, we have got the Disney Doll's House. Now, this thing is gorgeous. It makes a huge doll's house. But this is part 1. This will give you the front doors. It gives you Mickey Mouse's chair. You get the glue and everything you need to put this together.
That's awesome.
Perfect for you, Chris.
If you want to go historical, we have got issue 1 of the Titanic.
Oh, that is so cool.
This comes with the magazine tells you all about the Titanic and the forecastle. This is the deck that Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet would have stood on. You get all the elements you need to go in there. This is the wooden decking that attaches to this. And everything you need to put it together is in there. So if you are... We have one other as well, sorry. If none of those grab you, I do have an issue 8 of the Disney Doll's House. And this makes... The complete thing makes the piano from the Aristocats. So it gives you the full model. So if you'd like to win one of those, hashtag toys. If you win, let Chris know your details. He'll let me know, and we'll get one of those in the post to you. But dealer's choice, you can choose which one of those you would like.
That is awesome. Shout outs. There we go. There we go. No, that's not the one I want. That one. So yeah, I'll put that up for a couple minutes. Leave that up, and then I'll take it down. Howdy, Eerie Frog. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. 10 entries, nice. Let's go. Shit. I still can't stop thinking about that bad RoboCop remake. just fucking horrible.
It is horrible. It's a horrible movie.
I can't believe I sat through that.
Chris.
What's up, buddy?
Frozen. Let it go. Let it go.
We might be building him next year, funnily enough. RoboCop
Frozen?
is launching in January. I'm
Oh
building
shit!
Iron Man at the moment, which is coming along quite well. But when he finishes, RoboCop is the next one. It's a big old RoboCop, so I might be building him. I haven't decided that yet.
That is cool. Yeah, he was my dude.
Oh man.
Micro Machines. Yep.
How about this would never fly today, although it should.
What's that? You got another? There it is. There you go. Swack. Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna be good. I can't see that ending well in any scenario.
Not just a giant mousetrap.
Right?
The kids have to grab cheese from it without getting smacked by the spring-loaded.
Oh yeah, no. I can't see that even as a party game. Maybe an episode of Jackass.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I was just going through these weird ones.
That's crazy.
There's another one here called Feely Mealy.
Oh yeah, that's gonna go over well.
Well, it's not what you would think it was. Let me get down to it here. Oh,
Let's be safe. Right?
Here's another one. Yeah, the intern game.
What's that?
Oh shit! What is that all about?
Let's see here.
The intern game
is Monopoly. The game is Monopoly set in a hospital. Each player has to admit patients, diagnose them, and somehow not kill them to win the game. There's no money, but you can earn valuable sleep, which, of course, is every medical student's dream. This one should definitely be added to our list of the top 40 things no one over 40 should ever buy.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah. Let's Be Safe game.
Ugh.
Do you guys remember? I typed weird games of the 70s and 80s up, board games. And do you guys remember the A-Team board game?
I remember it being a thing. I never played it. I never owned it.
I don't think so.
I can remember being at a birthday party once, and I think it was toward the end of the A-Team's kind of run, and they must have had a fire sale on A-Team action figures, and the kid at the birthday party, at least 9 kids all bought him Murdoch. So he just had a shitload of Murdoch action figures.
Remember crossbows and catapults?
Yep.
Gemma, welcome.
What about Ghost Castle?
Ghost Castle. I don't remember Ghost Castle.
Ghost Castle.
Holy shit!
Gemma's Journey.
What about those mini arcades?
Oh shit! New people coming in, get in for our giveaway today. Just hashtag toys, and you get an entry in.
I remember that Bigfoot game.
I fucking hated Speak and Spell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God. Teletubbies, really? That's weird. That is weird, actually.
Okay. From 1964, the card game The Big Funeral.
Oh.
Because who among us hasn't thought funerals are so much fun? I wish I could make them part of family game night.
Yeah,
with objects like make your friends look cheap and send them to Slob Hill in an orange crate coffin.
The sinking of the Titanic. They really had a board game based on that disaster.
Yeah,
I guess.
I think I mentioned it last. I don't know if I did or not. I was involved in a thing years ago. A theme park wanted to build an attraction around it, and I kind of said at the time, I said, "Is this not a bit sick?" I said, "Well, it doesn't really seem appropriate that we're making an amusement ride out of a tragedy that killed hundreds of people."
Right? Like they're making light of it almost.
Aggravation. Yeah, I can aggravation.
Wow. From 1981, the game is called Capital Punishment.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still sharing, so you can put this one back up. capital punishment, you win by getting all 4 of your criminals into life imprisonment, death row, or the electric chair.
Wow. That wouldn't fly nowadays.
I would love that. I would love to play that game. Fuck yeah.
The Backbone.
The Backbone?
Hi, Mick. Core pop. Now we're talking. This guy.
Panic. Pearly
What is that?
Whites.
Oh,
Pearly
shit.
Whites, a dental health game.
Ugh.
Mr. Potato Head. Oh, fuck.
I remember Hangman.
Hangman.
I remember
Yep.
Hangman.
Who was that guy? He used to be damn it, what's his name? He used to be the famous. He used to do all kinds of the horror film introductions.
Oh,
Vincent
Vincent Price.
Vince Price, thank you. Yeah, there's your feely mealy.
They
Put your
relaunched
hand-
that.
Put
They
your
relaunched
hand.
that.
Yeah,
My kid
Feely
has that.
mealy.
Yeah, put your hand into a dark hole and try and figure out what you're feeling.
My kid
That
had
sounds-
that at Christmas, and I'm like,
Really?
No, it was like $50, and I'm like, it's a cardboard
Wow.
box, man.
Uh,
That
Yeah,
sounds like a felony waiting to happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm seeing
Uh,
I'm seeing a game right now, or it's not a game, but do you guys remember the binoculars, and you would put the thing on the top here, and you would flip the
Viewmaster?
yeah, whatever the
Yeah, I
fuck it is.
love those.
Oh yeah, Viewmaster's awesome. That's first edition virtual reality.
Mm.
Yeah, but they had a 70s game here. That's a board game that said, "Learn how to have sex through playing this board game." Okay.
What?
Yeah. Brought a whole
Do you guys
new-
remember the adult Atari games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were
okay,
weird.
this one just looks wrong.
Yeah.
What's that?
Family spin the ball.
Family spin the bottle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
that just. I'm sorry, that just looks wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I could sit and play that one. Can we say it's hot out there?
I would love to
Oh
play
yeah.
Yeah.
that
Wow.
I would love to play that capital punishment game. That would be cool to play.
Pinky Lee and the Runaway Frankfurters
Pinky Lee and the Runaway Frankfurters. I don't even know who Pinky Lee is.
is a game with dice and wagons in which you're trying to steal everyone's Frankfurters.
It's a great name for a band. Pinky Lee and the Runaway Frankfurters.
I know where my Frankfurter is at all times.
Group Loop. Oh, wow. Bondage for the whole family.
Donna goes, "Here we go with the wieners. What the fuck?"
Oh, yeah, you can take the weed. This is bondage for the whole family. What the hell?
Bondage.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Group Loop. Look at it. It's like Twister, but standing up and involving a long cord.
Tying everyone up.
Oh my
Manson
God.
family
Yeah.
game night.
The Crazy Cat Lady game. Okay, we don't need to know about neighbors. Giggle Pants.
Oh, shit.
The game, if you land on the wrong spot.
They even had a board game back in the day called G-Spot.
Ugh.
A lot of sexual
I think that was
innuendo
it for
video.
the-
A lot of sexual innuendo
bad ones.
board games back in those days, man.
I remember was there a game called Dream Phone? I remember a girl that lived next door to me when I was younger. It was like
I don't even know what you got.
dudes would phone this phone. It was like recorded messages. It was like really creepy, man.
There's one called Skid Marks. It's
Nice.
the dog butt scooting game.
Oh, that's gross.
Skid marks.
Yep.
Wow.
Five failed Kickstarter board games.
I see a lot of those on Kickstarter.
Oh, Donna. Oh, Scott, watch out. Donna's in the chat. Donna's in the chat. I repeat. She likes your accent.
It's okay. I'm used to it. It's when I went to Texas, I was just asked to read things. So it's okay.
Donna's our resident horn dog. We love her though. 8 Legs says hi from England. What's up, 8 Legs? Guys, the hashtag for the giveaway got messed up earlier. So if you want in, throw it up. I'll put it up here one more time. Hashtag toys.
Hashtag try again.
Hey, hashtag try again. If you've done it, just do it again to make sure. 8 Legs, I know you were in earlier. Hashtag toys, get yourself in. It's a sweet giveaway. And that's all. I'm going to go back to the other layout. It's like, I got to start doing this on a laptop or something. There we go. Beautiful.
Wait a minute. What the hell
Beautiful. Is this? Donna wants to chase the Frankfurter. Yeah, something like that. Okay, no frying pans involved today. We're good.
It was, I think, some of those games where you think, how did this ever get made? I saw a thing of bad action figures online, and they made a bunch of ones of Rocky Balboa, and one of the action figures you could buy, and it was like $30, was the meat. So the meat Rocky beats up, you could get an action figure of just the side of beef, and it was $30.
Really?
Like, who bought this?
God! Right?
I swear to God, it's literally called The Meat. You can see it. It's an action figure of The Meat from Rocky. I'm like, wow.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, how are you?
Oh my God!
What's up?
I think everyone disappeared.
Holy crap!
Scream Time Podcast. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Hashtag toys to get into the giveaway, guys. Let's go back to where we want to go. I'm really upset about the Bundy's cartoon. That kind of pissed me off. It's not going to be.
I thought
mean,
it was going to be a show. Okay. I remember when they announced it all. I thought it was going to be a TV show.
Yeah, it was supposed
cartoons kind of. Yeah.
They could do more. Okay, he's not going to be able to, and it's all the original cast. They're just doing the voiceovers.
Yeah.
Like Al can't do his jokes like he did back in the 90s. Like
no. Last one of the toys, and then I'm dropping it.
Okay. There you go.
This is a real thing.
I own that.
What? Do you really?
He said I own that. What is it?
You grab the handle. Okay, there's 4 handles here. You grab the handle. When the light goes off, you have to press the button at the top. If you are the last person to hit the button at the top, the handle that you're holding delivers an electric shock to your hand.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Well. That sounds horrible.
It hurts like a bitch. We used to play as a drinking game.
Didn't they make a gaming cabinet, like something like that? It looked like a Pac-Man cabinet, but like
I used to live in an apartment with 3 other dudes, and we used to play drinking games like this. But that one, to go extreme, we'd wet our hands first. So we put our hands in a bowl of water and then press the button so it really hurt.
Okay, so
that's crazy.
Here's the demo of this thing.
It hurts, man. You won't see them react the way. Typically, you drop the handle. You'll see someone sort of like pull a face in a minute, but no, it hurts. It plays like a tune. Yeah, there you go. He drops the handle. It hurts. It stings, man.
Oh, fuck. That sucks. I don't know if I'd play that. Maybe if I was drinking.
It was, yeah. It was. I lived with 3 dudes. We shared a place, and it was the best of times, but the worst of times, man. Because you never wanted to be the first one to fall asleep. Because you knew your ass was getting pranked. So it was stuff like that all the time, man. It just sucked. It was.
Reminds me of Bloody Knuckles, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Damn.
I love play. Hey, we should do that sometime. Play Bloody Knuckles.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, it was the best of times, but the worst of times, man. Because again, you always, it's when you'd come in and they were all quiet. So I'd come in from work and the 3 of them were quiet. I'd be like, "You've done something." I just don't know what it is.
Corn Pop.
And then you find out what they've done to you. Sucked. We used to do a thing to my friend Matt. He'd fall asleep on the couch. He'd come in from work and he'd fall asleep on the couch, and we'd move all the clocks forwards. And then we'd all come in and pretend it was like 6:30 in the morning, where it's still dark out. We'd open the curtains. We'd say, "Matt, you've overslept again." We'd watch him run around the house getting ready for work, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. We'd watch him make sandwiches and shit, and normally he'd make it down to the car, realize what time it was in his car, then come up and go, "You guys are dicks."
You guys are dicks.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
The worst one they ever did was, I don't recommend doing this. You got those cubes over there, those bouillon cubes that you put in make soup?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, what they did to Rob once was they unscrewed the top of the shower and filled it with bouillon cubes. So whilst Rob's in the shower, it takes a while. When it gets up to full temperature, all of a sudden your beautiful hot shower turns into soup. And the worst thing about it is all you can really do is ride it out, because you got to wait for the soup to turn back to water to get the soup off you.
Well, so yeah, there's another one. There's another one they did with powdered dye.
Mm.
Yeah. So
That's
they
evil.
do powdered dye in little gel caps, and fill the shower head with it, and put the shower head back on. Same basic thing. When it gets up to temperature, all of a sudden, the gel caps melt and you're turning blue or red or whatever.
Yeah, moving out of there was one of the happiest days of my life. But I look back at it fondly now, but at the time it was like, man, it was too much, man. I'm just waiting to be attacked. They did one to me one had an umbrella. And they filled it with powdered sugar. So
I'd say you said all too.
It was raining, so I got outside, and it was a button, an umbrella. You press the button, it opens. So I'm dressed for work. I've got my suit on. I get outside, I press the button. The umbrella opens, just covers me in powdered sugar, and because it's raining, the shit just turns to like frosting. Whilst it's on me, I'm like, "Oh, you guys are assholes." But yeah, that was life for like a year, man. It was a lot.
That's rough.
I know.
Oh shit! No kidding. Fuck. Good times. Cindy, we only need one more player. Fuck, you guys are still trying to play that shot game? Screw that shit. I don't want any part of that. That doesn't sound like a game at all.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
Yes. I fucking love that game. I always
fun, man.
I always wanted to find out like a way that we could play that like on a panel. There's got to be a way. If everyone's got the game, right?
You can do it, yeah.
Fuck, let's do it. So let's set that up.
Yeah, you can definitely do it. It's a funny game. You got to know your audience. I've played it with people that really shouldn't have been playing it, but it's a fun game, man. Man, it is hot in here. It is getting so hot now. It's ridiculous.
Wait a minute. Start singing it with us. Barbecue. Me and you. Stinky pinky. Pew pew pew.
Oh, man.
It sounds fun. I don't know, Cindy. Will you hold my hand if I hold the electric rod? Because fuck that.
Used to go down to the farm and we had them.
Not my cup of tea. Shit.
If I took
We have one. There's another version of that one with the handles where you just put a finger in. It's like Russian roulette. So each put a finger in this thing, and it just spins around, and whoever it lands on is getting it.
Shock therapy, is that what it's called? Or shit. You're used to when someone got married, friends would sneak in their hotel room, put Kool-Aid in the shower head. That's hilarious.
I bought an electric shock pen as well. Garage just said about that because there was some son of a bitch at my old workplace that just kept stealing my pen. Every single time I'd leave my desk, I'd be like, "Mother!" I come back, my pen was gone every time, and I just thought, and I saw the electric shock pen and thought, yep, we'll get one of those.
Let's go. Oh, that's great.
That's pen thieves, man. They're the bane of my life.
It's especially good if you're standing around the corner and you hear, "Son of a bitch!"
Yeah. Pen thieves, man. Bane of my life. Bane of my existence. Jeez, man. I am melting. Whew. So you think it would start cooling down? It's 10 o'clock at night here in the UK. No, it's still just crazy hot.
No, it takes a while. It'll cool off about 1 o'clock.
Jesus.
And the dogs are going nuts. Get a tent unit, put it on, turn it up all the way. I have a tent. Yeah, they suck. Is that like that Dr. Hose unit thing? Yeah, here's a Dr. Hose. That's what it's called.
Yeah, no, where the tens unit sucks is where you strap it to your inner thigh and then turn it up.
Oh, no, we don't do that. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Put one in my toolbox. I must have about 10 people before the word got around the factory. They stopped taking my pens. Yeah, well, they would.
Yeah.
Go to use pen to get blasted. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is the thing. I mean, my shock pen was light. I mean, I do engineering, man. I could have rigged the son of a bitch to the mains. They'd know about that, but I didn't. So
turn it up to a taser. Fuck. That's funny.
No, where you'd have fun is when you get back into a group setting again. You seen that guy that dissuades the porch package thieves?
Damn, Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Do something like that. There you go. Yeah.
Oh, they do glitter bombs and shit.
Mm-hmm. This dude does. It's a glitter bomb. It's a siren, and then he's got and he records it on 4 different cell phones. But he's also got a spray that with the spinner that runs around and sprays fart spray. The nastiest smelling fart spray you can find.
Taser tag. There you go.
Ooh, ow.
Oh, fuck. Taser tag. That doesn't sound fun at all. Ooh. That's what the shooting ones, right?
Yeah.
Or the prods? Oh, fuck that. I don't mess with electrical. I got zapped by a dryer about 6 years ago, and I won't ever forget it. Like, it put me on my ass, and I'm a big guy. But here I am. We just got into the house, and they had the dryer box. You know the box you plug the dryer plug into, the big one. They had it on the ceiling, and it was like the dumbest thing because the cord wouldn't reach. It must have had a super long cord. So all I was trying to do was move the box down on. So I took the screws out where the box was screwed in, took it down, put it on the wall, and all I remember is pop, and it fried the wire all the way back to the amp box, like the house box. I got put on my ass. I had char all the way up my arm, and I was standing in water at the time too because we no under. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Chris, that's probably not the best move.
So I won't even screw in a light bulb anymore because it was it put me on my ass. But anyways, that's my story about electrical.
The worst one I took, it was dumbass on my part. I mean, I work with electrics all the time, so I mean, I'm fairly immune to shocks at this point. I'm kind of used to it. The worst one I did was just a lapse of concentration. So the power wasn't I can't remember what it was. It was a unit the power wasn't going to, and it had a fairly hefty fuse inside it. And I'm looking at it thinking, oh shit, it's just the fuse. So the fuse was hanging out the prongs. Yeah. So without thinking of killing the power to it, I just pushed the fuse back in with my bare hand.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So my hand was on the fuse, and fuck, did it melt. You know it's bad when you feel it in your teeth. When the shot hurts in your teeth, you know it's bad. It was a bad one, man. So my teeth were vibrating for, I'd say, a good 2 or 3 hours after it happened. I could feel it.
Wow.
It sucked.
That's a lot of voltage.
Bad. It is, man, and I did a lot with hydroelectrics as well. So I mean, typically it would be wet shocks, and they're bad, man. They hurt a lot, and it's not fun, man. It really isn't. But yeah, it's electricity is no joke, man. Once you took enough of those bouts, you start to make sure everything's turned off.
No shit.
Yeah.
I learned my lesson, but now I won't even screw in a light bulb.
Yeah, it's
fuck all that shit.
It sucks, man. It's not good. It's
pepper spray.
That's some brutal stuff.
What's up? Good talk, gentlemen. It's been a good talk.
Yep.
Actually missed these. We haven't done one in 3 weeks, but like I said, life got messed up. What's our topic going to be for next week?
Movies.
You guys want to pick one? Want to do movies? Straight movies?
Movies. Straight movies.
Sure.
Horror movies, haters movies. I don't mind. Sci-fi movies, movies in general.
All right, movies. CJ wants to do music one time. He wants to compare his music to our music.
Oh, we can definitely do that.
We'll do movies and then music.
Okay.
And then if you guys want to get back into an event, we can do that too sometime. We haven't done one since Titanic, right?
Yep.
You want to, but movies sounds good. We can all piece together movies for next week. Yeah, hey, how are you, buddy? Oh, Randy's in for the toys. Get you in for the giveaway. We're going to run the giveaway here soon. You got 14. I'm sure Scott's getting tired. It's like, what, almost 11 o'clock in UK?
Yeah, it's more the heat than the tired. I think I'm gonna be a costume of a man if I sweat anymore. So
oh shit! Yeah, let's wrap this up.
If he's out of sweat, if he's out of sweat, that's not good.
I'm gonna give them 3 more minutes to get their hashtags in. If anybody wants to get in, hashtag toys. Scott generously donating a model kit to starter model kit. They're really cool. Check them out. He's already been through them like 4 times. But I want in.
Gary,
no, it's cool.
Bad, man. I just read Gary got a nasty shock there.
A guy who owned a business said that he had unplugged the machine. I got thrown across the room with my screwdriver. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's shit. I thought the dryer box was bad. Yep. Holy shit. 107 here today. Oh my god. You can keep that shit, Donna. No wonder you're so hot and bothered. Shit.
I don't want that.
I don't want any of that. It was that was nice today. I'm not gonna say it was hot today, but like last week we had a day where it was 33, but with the Humidex it felt like 41, 42. And like it was bad. And our AC's not working here, so well it's working, but it's not going under like 80. Won't get colder than that. 75. So they're gonna come service it. But fuck yeah, Scott's awesome. Known Scott a long time. Jason, you really gotta play Champions with us. It'd be fun.
I gotta make another
we'll
pot.
Talk.
I gotta make another pot. That'll be my 8th pot.
Well, you need to slow down on the coffee, Derek. Holy shit. You're gonna start going forward in time soon.
Yeah. Derek,
you're flying, man.
You're going to start to hear colors, mate. If you carry
right? Holy fuck. And I'm a coffee guy. I drink a lot of coffee, but holy shit. Son, you want to chime in here for a minute? We're about to wrap up. Come say hi. They see your picture, but you're not really saying nothing.
I love my coffee, man. I can't stop.
This is the prodigal son.
Yep. Get him another pot of coffee, and it'll be 1.21 gigawatts. What?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Next week, we will be live on location in Northern Ontario. We're gonna do a fishing thing on Saturday, but when we do this show here, I'll be on location there, so that'll be kind of fun. Maybe I'll do it on the dock.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. And Derek will be with us.
And stay tuned to my channel, everybody, because I'll be doing.
Love you, Gary.
Stay tuned to my channel, everyone, because I'll be doing a premiere, a live investigation in the courthouse.
I'll be there, man.
Sweet, Derek. We'll check that out, buddy.
Cool.
So I'm hoping it'll be in the middle of this month. But so far it's looking pretty. I've already paid the guy $300, so all we got to do is just let him know when I want the hall to be rented.
Sweet, man. That's awesome.
So it'll be Friday or Saturday night, a live investigation in that 1800s courthouse that I did my my documentary on.
CJ, that's awesome, Derek. I look forward to that. CJ, are you there, bud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to say? We're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna get a winner here.
I can see for next Saturday. Hickory dickory clock. Derek pushed Chris off the dock. Chris went splash. Derek did dash. Hickory dickory clock.
Yeah, he better fucking dash. Just push me off the dock. There's fucking snapping turtles in there. No. That's awesome. Shout out again to Scott for donating the prize. I think we're gonna spin this, son. Are you ready to spin this? Is everybody ready? Yep. Scott, you ready? Everybody?
Here we go.
Again, if you win, Scott's gonna get your or give you his email, and you gotta forward your details to Scott. Okay. We'll figure it out. Ready? Good luck, everyone.
Please, Lord. I want to win the Titanic or the Ecto one.
Here we go. It's like a wheel. I gotta get those duck races going. Those are so cool.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it was all. I just missed Derek.
Just in there, you're
He said, fuck. He said, fuck. Hey, buddy, welcome.
Derek was winding up.
Oh, Derek thought he had it. Then he shit his pants and it's gone. Oh, I'm sorry, Derek. I'm sorry, buddy. That was a good. Horror, you're the winner, buddy. Congratulations.
Congrats,
Horror.
Yeah, you're here, buddy. Scott's gonna get you his email, and you got to tell him which one of those. Which one? Oh my goodness, model kit you want?
We'll
yeah. Sound good?
Congrats, Fiend. Congrats, brother.
Are you good? Do you know which one you want, Horror? He's gonna pick the Ghostbuster, I bet you. Who doesn't love Ecto? Have a great night, Gloucester. We love you. Thank you for stopping by. Go get ready for your live. I'm gonna be there. Be there or be square. Great talk. I love these talks. Oh, where are you at, bud? There he is. Can you make him big and let him show them to me? He's dying.
It's cool.
We don't want to keep him too long.
I'm happy to do it.
All right, there you go, buddy.
We have the Ghostbusters Ecto 1. This is the first issue. This is the bonnet. You get the hood star. You get the license plate, the screwdriver. Everything you need to do that.
That's so cool.
That's such a fucking
fuck.
tease.
We have the Disney Dolls House, which gives you everything to make the doors. You get the armchair, the glue, everything you need to put it together.
Nice.
We have the Titanic, which gives you everything you need to make the forecastle deck, all the detail and the anchors, everything. You get the magazine with this one as well. Gives you all the details about the Titanic.
That's freaking awesome.
Have another Disney Dolls House, which makes the Aristocats piano. So this makes the complete unit, so you get the full piano in there. And that is, so take your pick. Any one of those you want, we'll get that out to you.
We love you too, Cindy. You have a good night. But which one would you like there, Horror?
Ecto.
I have Horror's like details too.
Cool. Okay, that works out well.
If you can't get them to you.
Yeah, if you line them over to me, I'll I'll sort that out. There you
Sounds
go.
good. That's the one. I knew it. Did I call it? Did I fucking call
There you
it?
go. So this will be making its way to you.
There it is.
Thanks for
Horror.
playing.
Do you want to be on the panel next week for the movies one? I know you have a lot of horror movie collectibles. You have
That'd be good.
Michael Myers stuff, and yeah, he's got all kinds of pop vinyls too. He collects those pop vinyls, the little bobblehead guys. But congrats, Horror.
Bye,
I'll
Doris.
get Scott your address, and he'll get that out to you. Okay.
Excellent.
Sound good? All right, guys. Let's I'm gonna go ahead and put it on layout here. We're gonna drop this. We're gonna go make some dinner. We're gonna let Scott go cool off and get some sleep.
Yep. Drink lots of water before you
Jason,
crash
I'll
out.
talk to you later. Derek, you gotta call me tonight, okay, bud? We're gonna figure out the details for Friday.
Hasta la vista, babies.
When are you having your next draw?
When he gets to 750, he's gonna do another model draw. I mean, I'll do a prize. I like the idea of having a giveaway for one. So I'll do a prize next week for the movies. It'll be something related to movies and stuff.
Well, I got
Maybe a
my
movie.
pizza. I got my pizza on the way.
Oh, beautiful.
Derek, I'll find something for you, Derek, all right?
Oh shit, Scott's a cool guy. There's another guy. You should play. You play Candy Crush. You should play. You should play Champions with us.
Definitely.
Send him the dollhouse.
I've got something I can send you. I've got don't worry, Derek, I've got an idea for you.
Don't worry about being a noob either. We got some heavy hitters. We'll carry it. It's all good.
There you go.
God, you're a 1 in a million guy.
Thank you, man. It's appreciated.
All right. Well, y'all have a great night. It's been a great chat.
It
We'll
has.
see you guys later. Thank you, panel. Thank you, chat.
Y'all be
Love you
good.
guys.
Good talk. Take it easy. See you next
Catch
time.
you on the next one.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.